Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 7 of the Secrets of Magic, a Pathfinder 2nd edition actual play series. Hi there everybody, I am your host. I'm Jason Bowman. I'm the director of game design at Paizo. And before we get rolling with today's story, as always, I'm going to toss it around the horn to all of our amazing cast to allow them to introduce themselves and their characters. Xander, take it away.
Before we get rolling, I see what you did there. Hello, I'm Xander Jeanneret, and I'm playing Ingot, the crystal dwarf abjuration wizard, who is here to figure out this mystery and maybe get that sword back, because it was a really good sword, and it was a good friend that gave it to him, so that would be good.
Did you ever use it, though? Did you?
I did once, so it did serve a purpose.
Okay, use it again another time, buddy. Hello, I'm Michelle Bradley. Tonight, I'm playing Hachi, a kitsune witch with a little familiar friend named Bug. He is a demonic little dragon who loves to eat souls and fish. And what did I lose? I lost some gold. I lost bug treats, which we figured out were actually like
Cobalt
the fingers of kobolds, and that was dark. That went to a weird place. And I'm excited for tonight.
That got dark.
Yeah. Oh no.
And London, go ahead, introduce yourself.
Hey y'all, moving right along. I'm Brandon Carlisle. I'm playing Don your half-elf gambler Magus extraordinaire, but he can't do much gambling if he's missing his cards. So we're trying to find the cards. We're trying to find the secrets of magic. We're just doing our best. Thanks for being here.
And I guess it's my turn. Hello, everyone. I am Bonnie Gordon. I am playing your level 6 halfling summoner, Fairel. By her side, as always, is Fang, her eidolon. And you know what? She doesn't really care about the gold that's stolen. She's a little bit more pissed about her mother's pouch that was taken. She's about to get feral on all of you.
Indeed. No, I see what you did there. I see. Yeah. So, as everyone has alluded to, the party is hot on the trail of a burglar who has wronged them. But we'll get to that in just a second. When we last left our intrepid band of adventurers, 4 scholars set out from Absalom to the tiny town of Zaltir, there to investigate strange magical phenomenons that were overtaking the town. Quite suddenly, everyone had developed magical powers. In your stay here in this village, you've quickly come to learn the dangers of giving just everyone the ability to cast spells that fulfill their heart's desire, including, going to war with fellow goat herders, starting fires throughout town, animating the furniture that then goes berserk, and, most importantly, to our current concern, is one particular catfolk merchant who apparently got the power to ensorcel the items in his shop to make them look more valuable. After driving him out of business and basically exposing his fraud, the cat has apparently, you think, turned to a life of crime and broke into the party's room in the Drowsy Camel, the only inn in town, stealing a number of valuable objects. The next morning, when you realized the theft, the party went to go investigate. Perhaps it was the lout that lives next door, the Chelish noble Ventarius. Maybe he was behind the theft. But you quickly came to realize that he probably wasn't, as he was passed out on a table downstairs, surrounded by townsfolk after a long night of revelry. In fact, the owner of the Drowsy Camel also quickly realized that she too, Nerissa, had also been a victim of robbery, as her coin box was missing, and the dwarf cook from Feast of the Flood next door was also a victim, and quickly we came to realize that this was a crime spree, not an isolated incident. So, thinking that Felson might be behind it due to some evidence that you uncovered, in that you did some object reading and saw a furred paw digging through your belongings. That's pretty damning evidence right there. It's like, well, either that or somebody has a trained, very large cat. one or the other.
It could happen.
It could be that. In any case, the party went to Felzon's to investigate further. After falling prey to two, not one, but two spike traps that led into the back room of Felzon's shop, the party
After
uncovered...
not metagaming, I would like to just point out.
That's right. They did a
Hey,
great
there you
job
go.
not metagaming and walking into both traps. After that, they made it into the back room, only to fall prey to another trap from Felson.
Who could have seen that coming?
This one, a kind of a rigged device that caused stacks of papers and debris to fall over, uncovering a ant nest, and simultaneously dropping jugs of sweet syrup all over the party to attract the ants, which then kept boiling up from down below to attack the party. It was a sticky situation. However, yeah, I regret nothing. After dealing with the ants, the party was able to uncover a map that appeared to have a number of businesses. London's just done. He's just finished. It was one pun too many. After finding the map, it identified a number of businesses that were possible targets, and you quickly came to realize that the only one that had not yet been robbed was the jewel of the Jeanneret. You went outside to make your way over to the jewel. There you encountered Imra out in the town square, starting a fire.
That's right.
Which did cause some concern amongst the party, but she ran off before getting into too much trouble. And from there, you made your way to, let me think, I think you all went and got some lunch first. Then you went to Jewel of the Jeanneret to speak with Ulami Deskin, the aged owner of the shop. She seemed pretty confident that her shop was going to be perfectly safe with her incredibly old and probably blind hawk, Azure. The aged jeweler seemed to not take your news seriously until you mentioned Felson. Her mood and demeanor then changed immediately, and she was suddenly quite concerned. She doesn't trust that cat as far as she can throw him, and you're wagering that's not very far at all. So she promptly got out a pile of platinum pieces, throwing them onto the table and saying, I want you to guard my business against that damnable cat. And that is where we left off. If I recall correctly. That sounds right. I'm
glad that I'm glad we have money now, because we definitely started a tab over at the restaurant. And washing dishes did not sound like fun at all.
Also, I learned a new word after that recap. Ensorcel. I did not know that word, so thank you. What a gift.
Ensorcel, yeah.
Well, there you go. A little bit of education with all of our streams here. You'll learn about the secrets of magic. You'll learn about,
edutainment.
That is a good point. Today, we are continuing to show off the secrets of magic. This book is just about to hit its street date. It got delayed just a hair to the 1st, so we're less than a week away. You should be able to find it in stores very soon, or get it quickly if you order it through Paizo.com. Yeah. All right, I did my sales pitch. I get my nickel for it. Let's move on. All right, so we're going to pick up right where we left off. The party is standing in the Jewel of the Jeanneret. It is late afternoon. It's not evening yet, but it is late afternoon. And you are standing in this tiny shop. I'm going to go ahead and take the map back there so you can see it.
Ooh, secrets of magic. All right.
There we are. So you are in the tiny shop here. As you can see, it's not a very large shop. It's pretty small. You've got Ulami Deskin there is behind the counter. This counter has some glass panes on it. Underneath are all of her current pieces of jewelry that she has on sale. It is apparent that she sells some of the finery in town for those who want a nice gift or a wedding present or, all sorts of occasions. But this is really the only place in town where you can get those sorts of things. So she's made like all of the, the joining ceremony rings and all that kind of stuff for the folks in town for years now. She also carries some imported fineries as well, some silks and some other things like that are hanging up behind her. But yeah, she clearly makes all the jewelry herself. Yes.
With her pet, not a phoenix.
Looking at Azure, you are absolutely 100% positive that is not a phoenix.
You know what though? I mean, it could be. No.
It is a very, very old looking falcon. It has lost a lot of feathers. And
what better way to emerge from the ashes anew?
Well, it does look like the bird might wither away into dust any moment, but it's not quite there.
Okay.
Lami, we are happy to take on this job. Could you please show us around to the vulnerable spots of your shop?
Oh, yes, I'd be happy to. And she kind of gets up, and she has a cane to help her get around, and she walks you around the shop, and she kind of shows you the main room here, and she's like, oh yes, well, this is where I do most of my business. And, she shows you the case and stuff. There's nothing special to it. And she's like, through the door behind you is my garden, where it's not very well kept, I'm sorry, but it's where I grow, some vegetables and some fruits and, some of the things that I like. And then she also then takes you into the back room, which has her kind of her desk and her bed and her bookcase and tools where she does like a lot of her work. And she's just like, yes, well, this is pretty much it. Like, I don't have a cellar or anything. There's no upstairs. I used to, and she points to a hatch in the ceiling. She's like, well, I used to when I was younger go up and, enjoy some of Jeanneret's bounty, but these days I can't make it up the ladder.
Does this go to the roof?
Yes, it's a flat roof. Yeah, and you've noticed since arriving in town that there are no sloped roofs in this town. All the roofs are flat. There's no real reason for a sloped roof when it doesn't rain. She's like, yeah, you can go up there if you like, but there's not much up there. There's an old chair or two.
Well, I claim the one old chair, first of all. If we're going to be protecting your fine property at a very reasonable price, I think I will take the chair up top.
And if there is a chair or two, I'll take the second chair. Hachi and Bug, of course.
Second seat's good.
Perhaps we should set up a perimeter around the base of the establishment. Ingot will be here on the floor.
She's like, well, do you think it'll be safe for me here? I could go stay with one of my nephew. He lives in town.
Oh, I think that might be a very good idea, because things do tend to get a little crazy-ish around us. That wasn't very descriptive, but things go boom around us a lot. Point at Dom.
It would be good for you to avoid danger, but we do want for this shop to look as though it is regularly in business, that there is nothing fishy happening, so that the target will strike. Hachi, perhaps you could disguise yourself to look somewhat like Ulam.
Yes, I do have that ability. I'll just look a little like a fox-like old granny. And by the way, I didn't want to interrupt you, but when you said fishy, Bug was like, "What? Where?" He looks at you like when you use the word treat around a dog, and they're like,
well, if you're trying to catch that damnable cat, you might want things to look a little fishy. But if it helps your disguise, you can borrow one of my shawls.
Thank you for
this
your
is rapidly turning
handy.
into a Little Red Riding Hood wolf situation.
Yeah, we're the wolf.
Yeah, Either that or like a shop simulator too.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great.
So I change out of my fox form into old lady form. I can't really take this off. And I just sort of I do a very good impression of an old woman. But a little like a little bit too much fur.
She gives you one of her kind of, she has a number of kind of ornate, they're not like covered in expensive jewels, but they're like ornate copper and silver necklaces, and she gives you some of those, and she's like, here, yes, now you look the part. Just don't move too fast. I don't make it around here like I used to.
Okay, understood. Oh, you know what? I actually have something for this that might be a little better for Bug, come here. And I command Bug to take Master's form. So it looks like me.
Nice.
But I put some more sheets around it, and I'm like, well, in case we need 2 grannies, I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. But look, there's just, Bug can do this. And there's just, you see, like, it's like me in my human form, except there's just like a big tail coming out of the back of it, and the eyes just, they move around. Like they're little bulbous, and they move around in different directions.
He's
That's the Master's form ability.
Or perhaps Bug could transform into the pet falcon, and that way it'll look like.
Oh. Well, that's not how our magic works, unfortunately. It can only turn into me.
Oh,
Then I can dress it up, but it's a whole. I mean, look at him. It's just, it's not great. But you know,
maybe
whatever.
you can turn into the old falcon.
Nope, that's not how that
Listen, we
magic.
can put
Do you understand
You
how
can put the
it
shawl on Bug, but I don't think that will line up very well.
I'm a summoner, not a transformer. I'm not
All right.
Fairel, perhaps you and Fang could take up space in the overgrown garden. It seems like you may be able to blend in and hide.
I think that's a compliment and an insult at the same time. But you're not wrong.
So,
Yep, I think that's a good idea.
we're
Fang and I are
plotting
gonna
this
go
out.
hang out in the dirt.
Yeah.
so as you're preparing to get set up, Ulami is like, well, let me gather up some things, and if anyone comes looking for business, just tell them to come back tomorrow, and I'll make sure to take care of them. But I should go. That way I'm not underfoot. Please be careful, and this business is all that I have. So please take good care of it. I'll be
Yes.
back
Okay.
in the morning to see how things have gone.
I tried really hard not to break anything.
And
Or make
try
it go
your
boom.
best
That won't happen.
not to be seen leaving.
Well, I'll try. I don't get around
Maybe a
as well
hat.
as I used to, but I'll do what I can. She kind of gathers up an overnight bag where she just puts some clothes in and grabs her book and her reading glasses, and she just makes her way out. She just kind of ambles out and ambles down the street, leaving you all to prepare her shop.
Roll for stealth, Jason.
She does not do that. She's going to fail any stealth check. She's just hoping she's not being perceived. All right. Yeah.
So yeah, and then Don, if you wanted to post up on the roof, that would be good.
Do you think so? I was gonna ask if there's any other tactical advantages. If Hachi is on the roof as well, should I pretend to be a
Well,
customer? Wait, no.
Well, I
suppose
don't think
sometimes-
Hachi should go on the roof anymore because the old woman herself said she could no longer get up there. So it would look
Right,
suspicious if a woman of her age could climb up there and down again.
That's true. That's
Right.
true. Hachi, I'll keep your seat warm there, and I'll head up to the roof.
And
I'll
Ingot
let
will
you
have.
say anything.
Someone
Go ahead,
go.
Go on.
Bunny.
Oh, I was just gonna say, one of you should take the back door and one of you should take the front. That way we have all entrance and exits covered.
Good idea. And Ingot will move out to the back door beyond the bedroom.
All right, so for anybody who's going to go up to the roof, I'm going to put a blue dot. Or no, we're going to make it a yellow dot. I'm going to put a yellow dot to indicate that you're up on the roof. So you can move wherever you want, but the yellow dot on your character there indicates that you're up on the roof.
This is
just
the
so
front
that way I
door.
don't have to have two maps.
Is the front door here?
Yeah, that's the front door right there. Yeah. So yeah, front door,
Okay.
back door, and then garden door. Those are the only doors. There are only a couple windows in this place. There's one in the back room and two in the shop. But that's about it.
Quick question about the terrain, because we're in the desert, but we're near like the river, so you could say that this is like stone, muddy ground.
So it's not really illustrated here on the map, but the moment you get near the water, when you get to within, say, 2 to 3 squares, so 10 to 15 feet of the water, it's pretty like overgrown with like reeds and kind of water plants. Those also go out into the water itself. So that kind of whole area is a little overgrown. I'll go ahead and just give a kind of a green line to indicate kind of where some of that is.
So Ingot is going to try something, but it may not work, and that's okay. But he starts casting one of Ingot's higher level spells, and you can see
What
him
is in there?
sort of like communicating with the ground. You see him feeling the soil and like letting it like drip through his fingers. And as he does, you can see that he himself starts to drip down, and Ingot casts Meld into Stone with the ground.
Oh, wow. Okay. So there you go. Now you can kind of see the line.
Yeah.
So Ingot's going to meld into the ground. Okay.
Yes.
So for that, I'm going to go ahead and give you a brown dot next to you to indicate that you have melded into the ground, so that we can keep track of that.
I want a dot. Give me a dot.
you can blend in
you
the
can have
foliage.
Okay, you can have a green one to indicate that you are outside. Okay, you're in the garden.
Okay.
So yeah, you and Fang get green dots.
Yay!
All right. And while we're at it, Hachi, you can have a purple
transformation
dot.
dot.
Yeah, because
Disguise dot.
yeah, and also
That's
because
the disguise
bug is.
dot.
I don't know why I activated bug at that time, but now there's just like 2 like me's wandering around the shopping.
Yeah.
Like, super weird.
Nice.
It helps add to the ambiance.
Jason's the
Like a
dot
real
Oprah. Look under your seat. You get a dot.
You get a dot, and you get a dot. Everyone gets a dot. No, all right.
Got dotted.
Everyone in chat, give yourself a red dot. Okay, now. I don't know why. They just get one.
You're being hunted.
That's right. Yeah, no, that's only a problem if you get 3. Like, yeah. Anyway, I know how that works. All right, so you kind of wait, and as you're sitting there, eventually, like a townsfolk comes in, and he's, kind of an older, Kellish gentleman, and he kind of comes in, and he's like, Ulami, I brought you some of my pot, and he looks, and he's just like, who are you? Your disguise does not actually make you look like her from up close.
I know. Exactly.
And he's like, he's got like half of a pie. And he's just like,
Well,
am I in the right place?
Oh yeah, I'm Ulami's cousin, Zulami, and you can And my cousin will be just right back. She just popped out for a minute. So you're welcome to leave the pie here, and I can write a note so she knows who it's from. I am her cousin, who is also old for some reason. Zulami, yes.
Do you have deception?
Oh! Do I? Ah, crap. I have a little bit. I've got a little bit. It's not great.
Well, why don't you go ahead and give me a deception check?
It's funny that sometimes
no.
I think my performance by itself would be a pass, but
Well, the performance is going to give you a check, and I sometimes adjust my DC based on the quality of the performance.
so it
yeah,
wasn't
no,
very
I mean-
good. All right, that's what I'm here.
Well,
I
no,
mean,
you
that
still
was
got to make your
good.
check.
Oh, it's a 10
Oscar
total,
goes
so it's
to
not
you.
very good.
It was a what?
10 total.
A 10? A 10? He's
Yeah.
like, yeah, I don't. Tell you what, you tell Ulami that I stopped by, and I'll just bring the pie tomorrow. It's fine.
Okay,
living
it's
a
not like
pie
I was
with
gonna
you.
eat it. But
You hear a voice from the garden. You can leave the pie here. It'll be safe.
He's like,
I got
This
some
is
new
a garden
parents for
pie.
Ulami. She'll be right. She's not gone forever. She'll be right back. And again, I'm her cousin.
he's like, listen, I'm just gonna go, and just let her know I stopped by.
That is fine, but if you could not tell anyone else, that would be amazing and ideal. Ask
He's
Ulami
like-
about it. Seriously.
He's just kind of like, oh, okay. And he very carefully backs out of what is a very unusual situation.
Yeah.
And I think adding to his concern is also the other me in the corner bug just walking into the closet over and over like an NPC who's stuck.
It's like one of those video game character NPCs that just walks into a wall and just keeps walking into a wall and you don't know how to control it.
Broken pathing, just like
Right.
Yeah.
So you see him kind of back out, and Don, you can see him down on the street, and he kind of backs out into the street, and he's just staring, and he just shakes his head, and he gets out a kerchief and kind of wipes some of the sweat from his brow, and just leaves. He just goes back to wherever, he heads down the street back to his home. Looking
Important
real
question
confused.
though. What kind of pie was it? I mean, just out of
It
curiosity.
yeah, good question.
It looked like a pie made from dates and raisins and
Ooh.
a sweet pie.
Yeah.
Good.
So
We'll take
He's-
it. Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
he took it with him.
Yeah,
no,
we'll-
he's not
Aw.
leaving it with you weirdos.
It's okay.
Oh,
We'll
wow.
find him. Look, we're gonna find him in town later. I have no doubt in my mind we're getting pie.
Great. Mental note: rewrite next week's adventure to the quest for pie. All right.
Quest for pie.
Battle goats and pie.
Goat cheese pie.
Oh, Jason.
There it
I
is.
knew it.
Yay!
I was waiting.
So,
Who's the summoner now?
Xander. So
Yeah.
Meld with Stone has
Yeah.
a bit of a limited duration, so I'm kind
Yes.
of curious if you wanted to cast it right away or if you were holding on to it till.
Well, there's one casting, and this was the test to see if it would work, and so Ingot is
okay.
satisfied that it is working.
Okay.
So he'll let the
Alright.
duration of this run out, and then wait until the evening to try again.
Okay, I'm taking away the brown dot then.
Okay, it'll pop up out of the ground,
Yeah.
and then
Oh,
just roll over into the reeds and sort of look at the clouds and drift into daydreaming.
All right. Well, daydreaming is a different color dot. That's a brighter
Something
purple
else.
dot. So
That's fair.
all right. We got a system for this. It's very complicated, and we'll just make
Yeah,
it work.
yeah.
All right. So,
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing. All right. So the afternoon kind of rolls along, and soon it is nightfall. The shop has posted times that says it closes at dusk, so now would be the time to close up the shop. And she told you how to do that. You basically just turn the sign from open to close and lock the door. It's not complicated. It's not a
I lock
process.
the front door then and do the sign thing. And I
Okay.
take off my costume because it seems I've done nothing.
All right. So basically, I'm kind of curious. As it gets to night, is there anything about your plan that is changing, or?
I think
Don
it's
will
keeping
pop
an eye
down
out.
like momentarily just to check on everybody else before going back up and chilling in the chair. But he asks Hachi. So I saw the gentleman leave earlier. I
Mhm.
think he bought it, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I was very convincing.
Very good.
He wouldn't leave
I'll
the
have to take
pie.
you
I don't really
gambling with me
know.
sometime when we're back in Absalom.
Oh, I'm incredibly lucky. Everything I try to do, I always succeed at pretty much. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I suppose I would never really know if I wasn't good at something, but there's a possible way. That's fun. I mean, I must be amazing at everything I do.
And Don nods along, but he looks over at Bugs just for a second as you're saying that.
Oh, the spell,
Bug is still
I
walking
would
into
say,
a wall.
as you're looking at Bug, the spell does not last that long, so we'll just say it dissipates at that point. And we have a little Bug again. Oh, yeah, he's probably tired now. He probably needs a snack. We really should have kept that pie. Oh, well. Hey, speaking of mistakes that I probably didn't make, you know how that last place we were in, there were like so many traps that, through no fault of my own, were kind of tripped. Do you think one of us could make a trap for the doors and the windows? I'm not so skilled in those things, but I know magic. Can anyone think of a way to... Well, Don, can you think of a way to set some traps in this house?
Let me see.
So what you're suggesting is actually covered in Pathfinder under the rules for snares. They're like temporary traps.
Oh, yeah.
However, they do require you to have them. They are like a piece of gear, right? It's like the snare kit, right? For the various types of snares, right? If it's just a simple rope snare, it requires the rope and the piton and all the various bits and pieces, or like a net snare, or you can make crossbow snares, or all kinds of different kinds of snares. There are actually entire character builds who are just about making cool snares, even in the middle of a fight. So, that said, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, Bonnie.
I was going to say, would I be able to use my survival and nature background to make some kind of like homemade traps, considering that I probably used natural ingredients or like natural items in the woods and using survival skills to make traps for food and animals and whatnot. So I could argue that I could technically use my survival skills to make traps in the garden.
Yeah, what I would say is, if you like, I would allow you to make, if all you're looking to do is make like a tripwire that makes noise if someone hits it or something like that, you can jury rig something up, right? That's not that complicated. If you're trying to get something that causes damage or has a specific effect, that's going to become very, very hard. And there will be a very good chance that it just won't work the way you want it to, because you don't really have the time to kind of perfect this skill. If you want to set up kind of just like a noise alarm, that's probably not too hard. It would still require a survival check, but you could probably do that with what you have on hand. What it boils down to is you just don't have necessarily all the tools. Like her garden has some plants in it and stuff, but you probably shouldn't rip those apart to make a
Well,
trap.
I'm not going to rip up the plants, but I mean, Fang is a very good digger. I was thinking throughout the garden, we dig up holes everywhere, and then I disguise the holes so someone trying to sneak into the garden will just... Yeah, they'll just follow their little foot in and be like, and probably trip and twist their ankle, and we'll come out and go, ha-ha, and then it's going to be the old lady, and I'll be like, oh no, but we'll fix the holes. We'll fix the holes after we trap our burglar.
If you want, you could certainly set Fang to at least kind of churning up the earth to make the garden like difficult terrain. That wouldn't be too hard. And then if you wanted to, you could then cover that difficult terrain and attempt to make a kind of a crude deception. And if they don't see it, that may cause them to stumble and trip. But that's probably about the best you can do with what you have.
Yeah, I would just use like her fine silks inside to lay over and then disguise them, and hopefully we'll wash them later.
Jeez.
Yes,
Just
because
kidding,
everyone knows that silk is so washable. All right.
Fairel doesn't know that.
No, well, that is fair.
It's just a piece of cloth to me.
Oh, just take it down to the river. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah.
And that's how the Jewel of the Jeanneret went out of business. All right.
Yeah.
So
I'll just leave a platinum.
yeah, because that'll cover it. Okay. So you can set him to start digging. That's fine.
Okay.
You can at least start there. It's going to take a bit. It's yeah. Okay. Is anyone else doing anything particular? Or are we just going to keep kind of winding time? Is Ingot still sitting out there in the reeds in the back?
Ingot is going to now take the belly lookout position, and Ingot has out his crystal that is his detect magic, so he's constantly looking for any sorts of magic incoming.
Okay, so in game terms, that's an exploration mode activity of just detecting magic. You can just kind of do that. That's all you can do, but yes, that's fine. Okay, so I know what Fairel and Fang are doing. I know what Ingot's doing. John Doom, what are you up to? Going back to the roof and just keeping an eye out? Or?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Don returns to the roof and he lost his cards, but he does have these sort of basically like throwing stars that are card shaped, like metal cards that he's also just kind of toying with, just counting out.
All right. Okay. So, but otherwise, just
in the chair, kicked back,
keeping
looking out.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
And lastly, Hachi, what is it that you are doing now that the shop is closed?
Bug and I moved behind the counter so that we have some sort of cover in case someone comes in through the front door. I did lock it like the normal lock, and I just have my wand out lest someone come in and I sound burst them with it. So I'm waiting and looking sort of from behind the counter. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good. Okay, so everyone's just kind of playing the waiting game at this point. Fairel and Fang are out back kind of digging up the yard and making a mess of things. Don is kind of lost in the moment, just kind of keeping a lookout. Ingot is detecting magic, and Hachi's just kind of relaxing but waiting. 2 hours go by. After 2 hours, it's now become dark. The stars are silently wheeling overhead. No, not a cloud in the sky. Fang has dug up most of the yard at this point in time. With a few breathers and not destroying the plants. Like, I'm assuming you're not tearing apart.
Oh yes, it was very integrate. Like, yeah, we had planned. It's called Plan Holy Moly, and we. Fang understand.
And yeah, everybody's just kind of waiting. And after 2 hours, you start to entertain ideas of maybe he's not going to come. Is this a waste of our time?
It's nice to breathe, though.
And then, Ingot, you get the sense of magic in the area.
Uh-oh, my Ingot senses are tingling.
Your Ingot senses?
Yeah.
All right, yeah. You sense some magic in the area. And your detect magic is what, 3rd level?
Yes.
I think, if I recall correctly, that is going to give you the highest level spell effect within range.
Either in the School of Magic,
Yeah. So you detect illusion magic in the area.
All right.
And
Ingot.
it has to be within 30 feet. So,
Ingot lets loose the bird call that we all know that is the signal.
well, it's not. All right. So you
No one
either
has
need
a
to
bird
give
call.
me. You need to give me either a performance or a nature skill check for that.
Oh my gosh.
This is primarily to see whether or not it doesn't, whether it sounds obviously like someone doing a fake bird call.
17.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Not bad.
And which one
And
were
that
you
would
rolling?
be
Perform or nature?
Nature.
Okay. All right. Okay. So you let off a bird call. Can everybody give me a perception check?
Don't do it back.
Oh! Nat 20, so 30.
Nice.
Ooh.
Okay. Ingot.
Ingot!
You definitely hear Ingot's call. Yes.
I got a
Regular
23.
23. And Hachi, what did you get?
20.
20. Okay, so all of you hear it. I just wanted to make sure nobody rolled particularly poorly. So all of you hear this call, and so Ingot, you don't really get a sense of where it is, but you sense illusion magic in within the area, within 30 feet.
Yeah, so Ingot will keep detect magic up and then just stay put to try to like hot and cold where this thing is coming from and seeing if it's getting closer or further away.
Well, so yeah, I mean the trick is it doesn't, it's not a rangefinder, right?
Copy.
So it's either in the area or it's not, and currently
Gotcha.
it's in the area. I'll
So-
let you know if that changes.
Yeah. In that case, Ingot's just gonna watch to see like an action take place, either like a door open, a window open, like or something like that, or some sort of aggression to happen.
Sure. Okay, let me check a thing here. Okay. Yeah, okay. I'm definitely fine on that front. Okay. And then that. Okay.
I always feel like when Jason's rolling that he's given us all the tools to succeed. We've just not picked any of them up off the floor.
No, you're doing great. I'm sure.
Pulling our own tools.
No, I'm sure everything's fine. So,
Your level of confidence us is reassuring.
Fairel, give me a perception check, please.
Uh-oh. 15.
Oh boy. 15.
Yeah, I rolled 3. I'm busy digging holes, Jason.
Yeah, no, I
Holy moly.
got
Project
that.
Holy Moly.
So, you're back there digging holes, and what's Fang's perception?
Ooh. He's good.
Jason trying to give this to us, like,
Yeah.
Here are the tools.
Here's are the tools I need. I'm gonna go roll for
Fang's a
Fang.
character that gets to make perception checks too.
19.
Bonnie, you need to start paying Roll20 some more money. Okay.
It could be worse. Remember that one episode where I rolled like 4 nat ones in a row?
That's right.
There was a 3 and a 7. So, so the two of you are digging and not really paying too much of attention, and okay. And then
But how well does our
We do-
holes work, Jason?
We also have a hero point to spend. Not saying you need to for this, but we do have that available probably.
You are correct. Can I use a hero point? Should I use it for this? Is that a good idea? We also have someone on the roof. Maybe the roof man can.
It's fine.
Actually, question: do our holes work?
So I mean, you've dug a whole bunch of holes in the backyard, and they are a thing.
And this is how you play Pathfinder.
Obviously, I'm really good at what I do. I'm gonna dig more holes. Y'all, I hope y'all are okay inside.
So, quite suddenly, right near you, you hear son of a as this voice is like
can I hear this? Can I hear this from the roof?
Currently, I will give you a perception check. I will give all of you a perception check. It's pretty tricky because it's not particularly loud. Fairel and Fang are going to hear it automatically. They're almost right next to it.
I got a dirty 20 that time.
No, you're fine. You didn't even have to roll. I'm just curious what everybody else got. Don, what did you get?
16.
16? No, I don't think you heard it. Hachi.
Got you.
I rolled a 1, so...
Oh, you definitely didn't hear it. Yeah, no, you're...
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what you're doing inside. You're currently fighting. Sitting there with your wand, tapping it on the desk like... Ingot.
22.
Oh,
22.
So Ingot hears this and then lets out another bird call of like cuckoo, cuckoo.
So here's the thing, Ingot, the invisibility, the illusion magic, which is obviously now invisibility because no one can see what's happening.
What?
It has, big surprise, has now left 30 feet from you. Okay, so let's bring that all the way around. We're going to get back to Fairel. Fairel, you have heard this noise. It is right near you, but you're not entirely sure where. But you are pretty sure it's somewhere back here in this yard. So, at this point in time, everybody, we're going to go ahead and roll initiative.
What? For what reason? There's no one there.
No.
We
can't.
Roll some initiative.
Guys, I can't play this game.
Did you get another one?
You guys hate me.
No, I rolled a 2.
Oh.
Yay.
But I mean, it's a 14 total. Oh my gosh, Jason, stop.
What? No, it's fine. You didn't see that. That was supposed to be secret. Why was that not secret? Okay. No numbers there. All right. So, Ingot, what do you got?
18.
Carol, what do you got?
I got a 2, so 14 total.
14, nice. Dund
14.
Oh boy.
I'm tied.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hachi.
12 total?
Oh.
What?
We are not fast.
So I clearly wasted a really good roll for no reason because you all rolled terribly. Okay.
It's been a long day. We're exhausted.
No, that is fair. So let's see here. Yeah, right. Emerging from nothingness is Felson.
Get him,
He
Fang!
appears in the middle of the garden with his sword drawn, He has a short sword on him, and Fairel, he looks at you with a snarl and looks down at all the clumps of dirt, and he goes, "Didn't anyone tell you it's impolite to dig up an old lady's garden?" And then he swipes at you with his short sword. You are flat-footed against this attack.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. No, I have a thing. Hold on, let me look at my papers. Wait, flat-footed. But I have Wildwood Halfling. I can ignore difficult terrain from foliage and undergrowth and difficult terrain. So if
he's still it's not because of the terrain, it's because he is a sneaky thief cat, and you are flat-footed to him because you have not acted yet. So
I hope he steps in a hole.
The short sword he is swinging at you looks awfully familiar. You're pretty sure it's the one that Ingot has been using.
Oh no!
He's like a +1
he's
sword.
going to swing that at you.
+2.
Yikes. What is Fairel's armor class normally?
21.
21. So it's going to drop down to 19. So I'm going to miss critting you by 1. Okay. You are going to take 15 points of damage from the short sword as it slices through you.
It's a good sword.
On top of that, he is going to sneak attack you as well for another 8 points of damage. So take 23 points of damage.
All right.
That is his second action. For his third action, he is going to swing at you again.
Felson.
That is a natural 1, though, so that is going to miss. That is the end of Felson's turn. Ingot, you may act next. You have heard... I'm going to wager you may have just heard Fairel cry out from the garden. No surprises there. Yeah, it's a really good thing he didn't crit. That would have done 60 damage. Yeah.
Okay, at this, Ingot has lost all stealth and is now full-on running through the reeds and coming over to Fairel's aid. So I'll use all 3 actions to move just to get over there. And then is the fence like high or short enough that Ingot could get over it?
No, it's like 5 feet tall.
Cool and good. I'll be here.
You gotta go all the way around to the door.
I'm here.
Like jumping over the fence, like wait.
Like looking through the slats.
Oh, there's not even slats. There's not even slats.
No.
It's stone. So it's like a stone garden wall.
I know what Ingot's doing next.
Dond, it is your turn. You have heard some sort of commotion. Looking down into the garden, you can just barely make out Felson as he has swung a short sword at your companion. What do you do?
I love that I can see Felson. Don is going to move sort of right here. You can see the map. I forget that there's a map.
Sure.
And as I move there...
Yeah. If you do not want him to have cover, you need to be up to the edge of the roof.
Gotcha.
Because if you're far away from the edge, he's down below, right? So it's, Okay,
yeah. So in that case, I will move to the edge right here above where the door is.
Sure. Yep.
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to, using those metal shuriken that I have, those card throwing stars, I'm going to spell strike from where I am.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah, because your hybrid study allows you to make ranged spell strikes.
Indeed.
What spell are you casting?
All right, let's see. I'm going to go with the tried and true shocking grasp, one of Don's favorites. All right. Let's first.
When in doubt.
Hell yeah! All right, cool. So that no.
It is. It's that scale.
13.
0 point.
13.
Oh,
Hero point.
I'm
If
gonna
you
use
want.
it. I'm gonna use it. I always forget. I'm gonna use it now.
All right.
Here's-
All right.
I can't make the first range spell strike and not use it. It's not. 16.
No. You charge one of these shuriken, these card shuriken, with electricity. It is sparkling and dancing between your fingers in the metal of the card. You wing it at the cat, and it's heading like straight towards his forehead, and he just ducks, and it just hits the garden wall behind him, and he looks up at you with kind of a snarl, his whiskers bristling. And that is a miss. And that is all of your turn. Fairel, you are up next.
Oh, quick question. Does that use the spell? That uses it, right? It's gone?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Gotcha. Making sure.
Yep.
Yeah. Activate. Act together. Whew. I am very close to this little whisker hissing meanie, so I'm gonna shoot a lightning bolt, because if I miss this, then there's a problem.
Well,
I'm gonna shoot lightning bolt.
All right.
So
you
let's
are
do it.
going to unleash a lightning bolt. All right, let me double check. Yes. All right. Sounds good. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and roll a reflex save. Here it comes.
Oh, come on.
So I rolled a 17, plus my bonus gives me a 32, which
Did
I
you dodge
believe
it?
is 10 above the DC, which is going to be a critical success. So, like, he dodges the shuriken, you then unleash a lightning bolt at him, he sidesteps that, and he's still waving Ingot's blade right in front of your eyes, dancing back and forth. He looks like he's ready to gut you like a fish. A tasty,
Cool.
delicious
That's when
fish.
Fang is getting pissed and is going to attack.
All right, so this is the other part of the act together, so Fang can go ahead and take a strike.
Yep. That's a little better. 22.
A 22. After dodging the lightning bolt, Fang's jaws come chomping at the air, and you know that sound when teeth slam together on a vicious predator because they caught nothing but air.
no, this cat.
That's what it was.
All right,
the cat
but I think he can
just
still attack
narrowly
again.
dodges it. Yes, you still have
He
one
can
action
attack
left.
again, though. So
Yeah,
he
but this
just
one
tried
will
with
be at
his
a penalty.
paws and missed,
Yep.
so he's gonna swipe at him with his paws.
All right.
Okay, 24.
-5.
24 minus what? 4?
Oh,
It's
4.
actually-
Yeah, that's right.
Doesn't
So
matter.
that's going to be a 20. He is going to sidestep that as well. The vicious
hate this
cat rogue is like, is that the best you got? Pathetic. And
I'm a
that
cat
is
person,
the-
and I'm pissed.
that is the end of Fairel's turn.
At the cat person.
Hachi, it is your turn.
I have a quick question for my turn. Is the door open between me and the garden? Is that garden door open? Or will we don't do
no.
this?
Yeah.
No, it is.
Oh. And if I cast a spell, it's just go through it. Okay, I'm gonna spend an action to move to the stupid door, and then an action to fling it open. That's already 2 of my actions I've wasted.
Yep.
And then I'll use one itty bitty action to cast. Where'd it go? Boop 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 boop. A little foxfire. So I think I can get him. That's gonna be a ranged attack to hit. Let's see what happens here. Whoop. Oh, that is a natural 20, my friend. To hit.
Yeah,
Oh.
finally.
Oh, looks
it's
like
not
you
very much
finally
damage.
managed to scorch the cat.
I did.
So, Don, I moved you up, by the way, Don, just so that the tokens weren't stacked together. You're still in
No
the same
problem.
spot. That's fine. So, Hachi unleashes Foxfire, which are these motes of flame that come launching out of your tails, I think.
Yes.
And this little spark of flame goes flying at Felson. He's dodging left and right. The lightning bolts, the buzzing shuriken, the claws, the fangs, and he just did not see that spark of flame coming. So how much damage is that going to do? It slams right into his shoulder.
Is it double? Because it's 20.
It's a critical
oh, no,
hit.
not
Yeah,
to be
so
double.
it's going to do...
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Twice.
that'll be...
It's usually it's 1d4, which is not a lot. So I rolled it twice, and that's a 7.
Well, so I think it actually... So if I recall correctly, Foxfire
Does it heighten?
scales up, doesn't it?
Oh, I didn't know that. I wrote it down as I copy pasted it as boop boop boop. I lose it all of a sudden. Anytime I need to look at a roll.
Okay.
Okay. You're good.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, it only
never
scrolls up, I
mind.
think, you get a thing to do it with. Like
That was me assuming it dealt more, but it doesn't. Okay, so it's just going to do a d4. So you rolled, yeah, okay. So he's going to take. What did you roll first? Because you don't actually roll 2 dice. You just roll
okay.
1.
I rolled.
Yeah.
Okay, I rolled 3 first. So
3.
So 6.
I did 6.
So 6. Okay.
I'm helping! I yell as I'm flings some fire from my tail.
Yeah. So you throw a mote of flame, a foxfire at Felson. It hits him right in the shoulder. Instead of just a grazing blow, it does kind of send him back, and he looks at the burnt patch of fur, and he points the blade at you, and he's like, "Oh, you'll pay for that with your hide." And it is now Felson's turn. Oh boy, he is starting to have folks all around him, but he's still feeling pretty confident after that amazing round of taking next to no damage. He is going to swing at Fairel again. Let's see. I think he might try to feint first. Let me take a peek.
But does he fall in a hole?
Okay. So,
Does he
Trying to faint.
So, Fairel, what is your perception bonus?
12.
12. Okay, so that's going to be a DC 22. Here comes his deception check. I'll describe what this looks like here in just a sec. Let me just see what it turns into. Yeah, it's going to crush it. Okay.
Okay,
So,
I need to start bribing Roll20.
Yeah.
I need to start sending him like fruit baskets or something.
So with his first action, what he does is he like lunges to one side to get you to react away from the blade, but he does so really obviously, and you kind of fall for it. And he quickly flips the blade over to his other hand and then attempts to stab you, catching you off guard, which makes you flat-footed. He is going to swing.
Left-handed.
I was about to
right,
say,
yeah.
make sure he does say that I was not left-handed.
Yeah, that's right.
Right?
He's going to attack you with Ingot's short sword. Here it comes. Armor class 26 is going to hit. Take 12 points of damage plus the sneak attack, which is going to be another 11. Take 23 additional points of damage. That is his second action, and with his third action, he is going to attempt to hit you again.
Of course he is. Well, guys, this has been wonderful playing with all of you. I just wanted to say that it's been a pleasure. I hope the last few episodes here, you really get to shine and, remember me, dig a hole, and remember Fairel, plant a tree, do something.
You've done your own holes.
Yeah.
Here it comes. The blade. Armor class 22 is also going to hit. You are still flat-footed against this attack. That's 11 points of damage, plus another 11. That's 22.
Oh my
Never
God.
works this well for Ingot.
Yeah, I still can't ever hit anyone with anything.
Are you still conscious?
Barely. I have 10
All right.
hit points left.
Oh, it's good.
That's good. That's good.
Excellent. All right.
Oh, it's great, isn't it, though? Isn't it great?
As your blade, his blade is now covered in your blood, and he just shakes it off, staining all the nearby plants with your blood. And he just looks at you with a sneer. There'll be more of that. Must water the plants. That was Felson's turn. Ingot.
Ingot presses his hand up against this stone wall and then melds into the stone. Ingot becomes one with the wall. And meld into stone is only a one-action spell, so casting it for one action, going into the wall for a second action, and then casting Protective Ward for the third action.
Thank God.
Yeah, we'll try to help.
You sure it's only one? I could have sworn that spell was two. I think meld might be.
I have meld into
Two
casting time is one standard action for 10 minutes.
Maybe I'm looking at the wrong thing. Let me double check. Meld into stone. No, it's 2 actions.
Oh, maybe I've got it from somewhere else then.
Yeah,
Whoops.
no worries. Yeah, but it is a 2-action spell. So yeah, you're able to kind of meld into the stone. The wall is thick enough to hold you, but just barely.
Gotcha.
It's not incredibly thick. But yeah, you are able to meld into the stone.
Do I have the one left to cast Protective Ward anyway then?
Yes, but you should probably cast Protective Ward first. That way you're not inside the stone when you cast.
Oh, but while I'm in the stone, I can cast.
Oh, you can.
That's part of,
all right.
from meld
Sure.
into stone. Yeah.
Sure, yeah. Oh, you can cast spell. Yeah, right. Yeah. No, it's fine. Okay, so yeah, you meld into the stone and cast Protective Ward. So go ahead and put that up. And that'll be the end of Ingot's turn. Dond
Oh, I think you're muted. But
Okay,
a lot
sorry,
of
sorry.
gestures.
That's the name of my memoir, A Lot of Gestures, by London Carlisle.
Grand gestures.
That's it. Don, seeing that sword pass and the electricity burst against the wall, he's going to refocus himself, recenter himself, and regain the ability to spell strike. And that electricity is going to fade as he switches now to an acid arrow spell strike that he's going to send with another shuriken directly at Felson.
All right. So you regain and throw another shuriken.
Yep, that is 22 to hit.
Oh,
22. It's just gonna miss.
What?
Is there anything you can...
He's out of hero points.
Oh.
So you charge back up, grab another shuriken, whip it down at the cat, and he just steps back and allows it to hit the ground in front of him. And he waves the sword up at you, going to have to do better than that. And that is the end of Don Doom's turn.
Once
Fairel.
Okay, I pull out my laser and I start running it along the wall. I'm just kidding.
I'm in the wall.
All right. Oh no. So I'm pretty weak. Fang is definitely gonna attack, but I'm gonna do the next best thing because this has worked with every other time I've used it, and go. I'll do our bird mating call again, caca, caca, and cast animal allies, and have all my little bugs and birds come from the garden and start attacking him because apparently my lightning bolts are useless.
All right, so animal allies, if I recall, summons up a whole bunch of bugs and birds and stuff like that. Little tiny biting, stinging
Squirrels, little animals. It's very Cinderella. I go full Disney princess.
Or Snow White, yeah.
Is this the second level version, or are you casting this as a third level version?
Oh no, heightened for sure. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Let's get some more damage
you
up
get it
in
either
here.
second or third. I don't know which spell slot you're using up. Which
I
one did
see.
you have it prepared in? Yeah.
I had it under. Oh no, I just had it as a second. Yeah.
All right, so second. Okay, so that's an emanation from you. All right. Yes. So protected from stone. Okay. Yep. go ahead and let's see. I think I'm going to get a reflex save.
Oh, that's right.
Reflex save.
Oh, I hate
Reflex
you.
save.
I mean, those.
Here we go.
No!
I rolled a 19 and got a 34.
Oh my god!
I don't know how this works, but it
Jason,
always
don't
works
know.
out for me.
You have
So-
not rolled under a 30 for every save. That's insane.
Well, I've been rolling a d10 plus 10. Is that okay? Is that normal? That's not true. I've been
Oh.
d20. It's just
I was
good
like, huh?
every time. Okay. Yeah.
Mm.
D10 plus 10.
Oh my gosh.
All right. So
Well, so all my little animal bugs just start eating the tomatoes, and I'm like, no! All right, well, Fang's gonna attack twice, so there we go.
All right.
'Cause-
Yes.
I'll use Act Together, and Fang's gonna attack twice, because I feel like that's the best thing I can do right now. All right, here we go.
Okay.
Go, Fang, go! Get that cat. 11. Oh, is it? Will that do it? Hold on. No. 23.
Hit. Whereas last time
yeah!
you just barely danced out of the way, this time Jaws, the fangs managed to land home. So go ahead and roll damage.
9.
9. All right.
Yeah.
So
he's gonna
Fang latches
attack
on,
again.
doing 9 damage.
But let's use it again. Yeah, Fang!
19 is definitely going to hit.
31. Yeah, 31.
31, but minus 4 is going to be 27, so that is a hit. Go ahead and roll me damage with that attack as well. Ooh, a 1. 5 total.
Points.
All right. Yeah,
Yeah.
just nicking.
Just scratching you at this point, giving you paper cuts.
Yeah, I mean, it
I
is.
should probably
It
have
is.
killed myself. Oh,
It is
shoot.
just. It is just that, but Felson does look wounded now. Not badly,
Okay.
but he's bleeding from a couple spots. He's taken a couple hits, and that is the end of Fairel's turn. Hachi, this dastardly
Okay.
cat is here, cutting apart your friends. What do you do?
Well, it looks pretty gross for Fairel, so I'm gonna use my special. It's like a white glove that just goes on one hand, and it's my healing gloves. And I kind of reach around the corner of it. I'm like, "Here you go, darling," and I give her a little slap. And what that gives you is
Just like slapping her on the face.
a little slap.
So,
that
so
is
I
two- sorry?
I hate to rain on your parade, but I am positive you used that
Oh.
earlier today.
Oh,
Because you used it.
Oh,
you used it
right.
as a
day.
Yep.
Same
day.
Oh, but we have
Yeah,
so
it-
much time. Oh, it's only one per day.
Ah,
It's only
Wow.
once per day.
Oh.
Yeah.
24
Oh.
hours. Okay. Instead
Yeah.
of, you know, it's
Bugger.
fine. I still have my hex cantrip.
Absolutely.
So, or not cantrip, my hex life boost. So I do the same
Yep.
thing. I reach around. I have a range, but I still reach around and sort of pat her on the shoulder. It's so gonna be okay. And that's gonna give you 6 HP now, and then for the next 4 rounds, 6 HP.
Well, it's 6
Bless
at the start of our next turn. It's not right now. It's
Oh, sorry.
only at the start of the turn. Yeah.
Unconceivable, but that should be what it is. Okay.
Very good.
So that's one action, and then I'm going to cast. Well, I'm going to try to cast. Where'd it go? Fear on this little kitty. So that is a
Fear.
will saving. Yeah, will saving throw, please. Yeah.
Sure. Give me just half a second here.
Yeah.
Let me
It's
go
not
ahead and
ready
roll
to
that.
come.
Here we are. Oof, I still rolled a 12. That comes out to a 25. Will is not his best save, but it's still decent. 25 is going to be a success. So what's that?
Okay,
on
it's a
the
success.
fear
You are still frightened 1.
Okay. All right. I will go ahead and mark that. That does give me a penalty on all my stuff for my next turn.
Yeah.
So we'll go ahead and
nothing.
go ahead and do that with a 1. Nope, not that. That with a 1. There we go. Little one skull there. Okay. So you have cast this, and he kind of shudders as your mind magic infiltrates him, and you see him kind of batting, like a cat, like playfully batting at shadows that only he can see. But that is the end of Hachi's turn. Next up, Felson. Looking about, he sees that he's got somebody up on the roof attacking. He's got someone come through the door. He's got 2 characters right in front of him. That's bad. This is all bad. So he stops for a moment. Holds. He's got the swords. Ingot's sword still in one hand, and he kind of holds it up, kind of right in front of his face, so that the blade is right between his nose, and he just goes, "Bye-bye," and vanishes.
No.
Are we still in initiative, or can I do something?
Right.
Well, hold on just a second.
Okay, because I also would like to do something.
Me
That's
too.
the case.
I'm good.
This is where Fang's nose can come into play.
Let me just do a thing. Okay. All right. I'm all good. I've figured out the rest of my turn. Okay.
Okay.
Next up is Ingot. We'll stay in initiative just for the moment, just
Copy.
to see how this develops.
So as long as Ingot's mind, it wasn't a teleportation spell, that's still invisibility. So from the wall, Ingot goes according to plan and casts sleep, just directly forward, where Felson was. So this will be a will save, if it affects.
Yeah, I'm double checking right now. Let's see. Each creature in the area. All right. Yeah. Okay. So where are you centering this sleep spell?
In the spot that Felson directly was. This is like an instant. As soon as Felson disappears, it fires off.
Okay. So you're going to fire it right in the spot where he was, which is basically going to hit his spot and kind of all the spots rectilinearly adjacent to that.
Sure.
We'll call it that, because it has a 5-foot radius burst. It's pretty small. But it is not going to hit any of the party members.
Thank God.
And let me just check a thing. Okay. You cast the spell.
Great.
You do not know what happened.
Copy that. Then for the third action, Ingot keeps that protective ward and will increase it 5 feet.
All right. So hiding in the stone wall, Ingot continues to expand the power of his protective ward. Okay, that is Ingot's turn. Dond
Can I use my action to seek and to see if I can get a pinpoint on where he is down?
Maybe. You can attempt a perception check against his passive stealth. That's what you can do, to attempt to get a sense of where he might be. That will take one of your actions.
I'll do it.
Okay.
So that is 26.
You have no idea. You don't see anything. So what you were trying to do was listen or look for signs of disturbed plants or anything, and you just don't see anything at all. So that was one action. You still have 2 left.
Okay. I would like to... Would it cause me any damage to try to hop down, or can I see if I can sort of move down at all?
You could attempt a acrobatics or an athletics check to get down without any harm. Otherwise, you would take a little bit of damage if you hop down from the roof.
Cool, let's acrobatics it.
Superhero landing.
That 20, 30.
Oh, yeah!
No
Oh my gosh,
You
somersaulting!
Yeah.
You pop down from the roof without any trouble at all. So that was 2 actions. Feel free to move yourself to off the roof now to a spot.
Jump on the
cat. Well, he wasn't in that square. You know that because you did not land on him. All right, you still have 1 action remaining.
Recharge spell strike.
Okay. That is the end of Dundoom's turn. Fairel.
Oh dear. Okay. Obviously initiating act together, I need to figure out how I can use Fang. Would it be a waste of time giving him his sense of smell to try and get him to do this? The evolution surge.
If he had scent, he would be able to make easier perception checks to attempt to locate Felson.
Okay.
But that's still no guarantee of success.
You should do it for your blood, Fairel, because he's covered in it.
Ooh! Oh yes! I'm going to do that. I'm going to boost.
Well,
yeah, he's covered in my blood. That's right. I'll boost Eidolon, which will. Evolution Surge.
Sure. If you Evolution Surge, that'll cost you a focus point and allow you to give him scent. He will be able to attempt to track via scent. So you do that, and now he can spend his action to seek. So go ahead and give me a perception check from Fang.
Come on, dice. Don't do this to me.
Come on, real good. Only good.
I would like to use a hero point.
Yes, you would.
Yes,
Wait, can I use my wait. Or even better, can I use my halfling luck to reroll that?
No, the halfling luck does not apply to this now.
Well, I'll use my hero point now and use my halfling luck later.
We
Okay,
have
that's
so
way
many
better.
physical dice.
26.
26. So Fang is pretty sure that Felson is somewhere over here.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
In this direction, kind of due east. And Fang has only 1 action left. Or rather, you only have 1 action left.
Great. I'm going to turn and cast Electric Arc right into that corner.
I think that's 2 actions.
Oh, you're
only have 1.
right, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, poopy.
Yeah.
Oh. And it's to Fang won't be able to get to that area.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Fang won't be able to move there and attack, huh? Let's see.
Yeah. You're being a
He has
little
a one
limited
square.
on what actions you got left here, unfortunately. But yeah, that's kind of how it works sometimes.
Okay. Let me think this through.
Do you have a
Evolution
1 action
Surge is definitely
heal
No.
for yourself? Okay.
Yeah, it's all multiple actions. I'm going to just... Okay, you know what? I can cast Animal Allies again. Technically.
I think that's 2 as well.
Is
Most
it?
of your
It doesn't
spells are
say.
most of your spells are going to be 2, right?
Yeah, except we're
that
healing
just tends
faster.
tend to be how the game goes. Yeah, most spells are 2. So
No,
I mean, with your
it
one
says on my
action-
page, Boost Eidolon is only 1 action.
I just looked it up. It's 2, and you weren't casting Boost Eidolon. You were casting Evolution Surge, which is 2. Boost Eidolon
right.
is only 1. Yeah.
I have so many
it's
papers.
fine.
I'm just trying to.
Yeah,
All right, you know what? I'm just gonna. My turn. I'm just gonna move and run to try and. I'm gonna. I'll take my action and move here to try and flank him and make sure that he can't escape. Because the only way, I guess he could try and jump the fence, but
So
that's what I'm gonna do.
So yeah,
just
I
gonna
mean, you can be forgiven. Your character has some of the most complex bits and bobs of all the characters in this group.
Yeah.
So, and you have to figure out how to split your actions between 2 characters. So you're all good. You move to there, no problem. And the cat is not in that space, so you know that now. And that is the end of Fairel's turn. Hachi.
Okay, I'm gonna do one thing today, I swear to God. The gods
You
above
were the only one that's hit him so
Pathfinder.
far.
It was like 3 damage.
Fine,
Or
hit.
6, okay. I move to here. So I have a thing that is a straight line spell. A 30-foot line straight ahead of me can hit multiple targets if it needs to. Grim Tendril! I cast it!
Okay.
I take out my wand, I wake up bug. Let's go, buddy!
I'll give you a line there. You definitely have a way that you can draw a line to him without hitting anybody else. That's fine. All right, so you're
Cool.
grim tendriling to that square.
30 feet straight, even if he's farther, it keeps going, and anything in the way gets hit. Multiple targets.
Sure. So
it
that
has
is going to
fortitude
be a fortitude save. Yeah. Okay. Let me go ahead and roll the fortitude save here.
Please.
I rolled a nat 20.
Okay.
Yeah, just
No.
I don't know what to say. the dice.
I did nothing.
Body's just done. Body's just
Yeah,
done.
I did
That's fine.
nothing.
Yeah.
I did waste
just
the spell
finished.
slot, which is
Just
great.
finished. So I rolled a nat 20. That's going to come out to a 31. Obviously, that means that this did not do anything at all. And frankly,
Okay.
you're not even 100% sure if he's in that square. The tendrils go slamming into the wall, and you're honestly not sure if that did anything at all. And at that, let me just check one thing. Okay. At that, we are going to go ahead and drop out of initiative. Because that was it. He made it over the wall, and now your odds of finding him have just dropped to the floor. So we will go ahead and drop out of initiative at this point, because further actions in initiative. That doesn't mean you're done with your investigation or anything like that. It just means we're not going to continue tracking it action by action. So in the next few moments, you quickly come to realize, after you kind of search the full garden area, that Felson has escaped. He made it out of this garden, and you have no idea where he has gone, at least not yet. If you like, you can go search, you can look for tracks, you can do all the sorts of things that you can normally do. But that's where we're at. What do you want to do?
Ingot will come out of the wall.
We can hear him.
Oh, yeah.
I can hear them meowing. Let's catch him.
You heard the distant yowl of an angry Felson.
Don would like to go just peek his head inside and make sure that the cash and valuables are inside, untouched.
So you go inside and check it out. The cash box is still in its locked kind of cabinet. Everything is still in the case. So yeah, I mean, it looks like you prevented Felson from doing any burglary. But other than, so you dealt some wounds. You dealt, over 20 damage to Felson with your various spells and Fang's attacks. Yeah, no sign of the cat. Let's not forget either that Fairel, you do heal 24 hit points thanks to the life
Yep,
hacks.
I've been keeping track of it.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for
Well,
that.
you might as well just give them all to you because you're out of combat now. So, yeah. I mean, the question is, what do you do from here? Don Doom went in to check the cash box. Ingot, what are you doing?
Well, it did seem like we had somewhat of a lead. Perhaps we can use Fang's abilities to sort of chase down Felson throughout the city.
Maybe.
We probably should hurry.
And we know
You
where he
don't
lives.
have a lot of time. The evolution surge only lasts for, I believe, 1 minute. So if you're going to attempt to track Felson using scent, you probably want to get on that right away.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go. And Ingot
All right.
will putter along in his dwarf legs, trying to...
I mean, I agree. I'm pissed. I want to catch this.
I hop the
Okay.
wall with ease.
Mother meower.
So
I'll go around.
that means if you are just going straight into pursuing via tracking, you can totally do that. You got 1 minute, which is not a ton of time. You only have 9 rounds from this, but you can cover a good amount of distance in that period of time. So
we can
hopefully
get a
it'll lead you-
direction.
Yeah. So you can do that,
Yeah.
but that does mean, just so you all understand, you don't have time to use medicine. You don't have time to refocus and regain focus spells. So for those of you who burn focus, you will not be able to do so again. But you can certainly do that.
Okay.
All right. So go ahead and let's have Fang make some. Let's go with what is it? Perception check, or is it survival to follow tracks?
Perception, survival. Let me look at things. I mean, if he shares my stats, it's the same. Perception and survival are the same, so it wouldn't matter.
Yeah. So yeah, it's gonna be a survival check. So go ahead and make me the survival check to follow the tracks.
Hey! 30!
30 is very good. All right. So you and Fang begin following the tracks. They obviously you can tell very clearly that they go from outside here and they start going up the road. So at this point, what we're going to do is I'm going to hop back to the town map as you are tracking this. So we'll go here. And,
Before we leave, I do make sure I lock the doors and close the shutters. Another random thief doesn't go in.
Sure. So
And I like that
I'm just gonna,
Hachi has all the time to do that, and Ingot is still behind trying to catch up to Don and Fang.
Just for the record, I'm gonna hop on Fang and
sure.
track on him.
Sounds good. So with
Okay.
that first tracking check, you kind of make it up to there. I'm just going to move Fairel so that everybody knows kind of where the progress is.
Okay.
Go ahead and give me another survival check as you continue to follow this trail. We are on round, we're going to say 3 of 10 that you have on this track. A 2
That wasn't
means
good. 14,
that,
14.
yeah, that means you're gonna
Now
lose some
I could-
progress here. So we're gonna
Okay.
go to round 4 now.
Okay.
Go ahead and give me another check.
22.
That is going to be enough. So you're going to make it all the way up to
Okay.
this intersection here. You're still tracking
Okay.
via scent. You're still kind of casting about, looking. Give me another check. You're now halfway done with this spell.
28.
Ooh.
28 is fantastic. You continue tracking the scent of Felson and make your way all the way to the bridge. The scent is still relatively strong, relatively fresh. Fang
He's
is
covered in my
is
blood.
hot on the trail. You've now burned 6 of the 10 rounds in the minute
Okay.
duration that you have. Give me another
Okay.
check.
Oh, 16.
Now up to 7 rounds
Okay.
that you have spent. That led you nowhere. You're pretty sure he probably crossed the bridge, but you can't be sure. So give me another survival check.
Ooh.
Normally I wouldn't make this so
29.
dramatic, but you do have a limited duration.
I understand.
29.
29.
29 is fantastic. You have now burned 8 rounds. And so you've moved, this town is very small, so you're able to cover pretty good distance, even though you're tracking. You do track, you move at a slower speed while you're tracking. But that was round 8. Go ahead and give me another survival check as you make your way back into town itself. A 10 is
22.
going to be enough. It's going to take you to this intersection. You have 1 round left. Give me one last survival check.
Okay. 15. Damn.
3. You cannot be sure where the track goes from here. Now, that doesn't mean you can't still make checks to look for tracks and things. You just don't have the easy ones anymore with scent. That we're giving you kind of easy to follow direction. So what do you do? I'm assuming everybody else followed, by the way.
As best we can.
Yeah.
You're all pretty easily able to kind of catch up because she's not going at full speed. She can't while she's doing survival. So Fang's kind of going at a deliberate pace. So Yeah. What do you do?
I mean, I could use my survival or Nate to like see if I can track. You know, this is what I did in the woods. I can see like check for prints or anything suspicious, or maybe drops of blood that have.
The ground is mostly rock and sand with some dust and earth here and there. So it's a pretty hard surface to track, but you can try. Go ahead and give me another survival check.
23.
Nice.
So you can't be sure, but it looks like what you just heard him meow.
I know. He's over there.
It looks like the trail leads to this burnt out building.
Great. Electric bolt. No, I'm just kidding.
As soon as we get close enough, Ingot will pop up his detect magic again.
Okay. So you pop up your detect magic. It doesn't register anything. Because that's not there right now. You don't register anything, but yeah, you feel pretty confident that this trail leads to this burnt out house.
Sorry,
so
y'all.
we're gonna kick down the door and confront Felson. Are we going to get kicked down the house, or we could burn the rest of the house down? I'm quite angry at Felson right now.
We should continue pursuit.
You make your way up to the ruins, and they are just that. This house burned to the ground. However, as you make your way up to the kind of ruined building, one thing immediately becomes apparent, because it's the only spot that isn't covered in soot, dust, and debris. There is a hatch that looks like it goes down in to the basement.
Ooh.
Basement hatch. Cellar door.
Going down.
We will take a short break and allow our cast to refresh themselves and continue their chase
and feed
for
the
the
cat,
treacherous
cat.
Felson. And yes,
Felson,
feed the hungry cat.
Screaming.
All right, everybody, stay tuned. We will be back in just about 10 minutes to pick up and continue this exciting adventure. See you in just a few, everybody. We'll be right back.
Centuries ago, the Stellar Flare, a science vessel researching the strange dimension known as the Drift, crashed on the surface of Akaton. Now, an android with a claim to the Stellar Flare wants to find the wreck and rescue its valuable research. The Stellar Flare's remains lie in the middle of an enormous junk field filled with malfunctioning technology, inhabited by predatory creatures and fought over by territorial space goblins. And there are whispers of an enormous robot made entirely of junk that wanders the scrapyards, eager to destroy everything in its path. Can your heroes broker a peace, reach the wreckage, and defend it against an army of scavengers? Junker's Delight is a Starfinder adventure for first-level heroes, and the perfect next step from the Starfinder beginner box. School's in session in Kindled Magic, the first volume of the Strength of Thousands adventure path. The newest students at the venerable Magambia School of Magic must begin their academic careers with tests of their skill and resourcefulness. The heroes can learn much from their teachers and fellow students, but must be aware of mysterious secrets and sinister plots. The rigors facing any Magambia student are steep, but the heroes must also contend with strange infestations and supernatural intruders in the school's ancient halls. Education is far from easy at the oldest and most prestigious magic academy in the world. For a quick adventure for first-level characters, discover Pathfinder Bounty somewhere below. While sheltering in a cave from a storm, the player characters discover a note from a stranded spelunker in need of immediate assistance. They must navigate the hazards and creatures of the treacherous caverns if they want to help their bounty make it out alive. 2 new adventures, including An Agent's Obligation and Breaking the Storm, Parting Clouds, await members of the Pathfinder Society. Learn more at pathfindersociety.club and join a game with friends from around the world or across the table. New adventures await members of the Starfinder Society in the year of the Data Scourge. Mission Not Found and A Waltz Through Myriad Worlds are now available. Become a Starfinder Society agent at starfindersociety.club. Whether the heroes are exploring the world-spanning woodlands of a living planet or racing inner cycles between giant trees in a dangerous high-speed chase, Starfinder Flipmat Forest Moon has you covered. Key aliens and NPCs from the Fly for Your Die adventure path come alive on your tabletop with the Fly for Your Die Pawn Collection, featuring more than 100 creature pawns of an alien, NPC, or starship from the campaign, including Edge Corps bounty hunters, the Golden League's assassins, rival starships and their crews, and dozens of unique creatures. This 27 by 39 inch double-sided combat map features 2 different islands for use at your table. Don't waste your time sketching when you could be playing with Pathfinder Flipmat Bigger Island. You'll be ready next time your players make landfall. The next time your players are ready to explore a towering castle or imposing fortress, they won't have to wait for you to draw every wall or door in the complex. Pathfinder Flip Tiles Fortress Starter Set provides beautifully illustrated 6-inch by 6-inch map tiles and can be used to construct a sprawling fortification full of places for defenders to make their last stand. Find your path to friendship and adventure with these new releases and more at Paizo.com and your favorite local game store.
The games we play are the stories we create.
The fortress doors swing open,
Every story is unique.
and the sound of war drums rises.
Sometimes our stories come to us when we least expect them. We need to be ready no matter where inspiration strikes. And sometimes our stories are told over great distances. No matter where your journey leads you or how your story is told. The games we play are the stories we create. Sirenscape can help make yours epic.
Sirenscape is searchable, fast, and customizable from any device with no need to pre-install any sound. Adding epic atmosphere to your game has never been easier.
On the southern coast of Starstone Isle, not far from the town of Otari, the Gauntlet stands shrouded by cloying mists atop a centuries-old ruin in the Fogfin Swamp. Now, a pallid new light glows from within the ancient edifice, beckoning novice explorers to delve deep into the marsh to discover the truth behind the awakened radiance. The town elders of Otari say that the old lighthouse has been abandoned for ages, that the swamp itself holds little danger to the town. The town elders are wrong. Into the Mega Dungeon, the all-new Abomination Vault's adventure path for the Pathfinder role-playing game peels back layer after layer of mystery, intrigue, and terror in a 3-volume campaign of dungeon exploration and thrilling discovery, designed especially with new players in mind. The priceless plunder of long centuries awaits those bold enough to enter the sprawling Abomination Vaults, but claiming it requires facing off against a horde of hideous monsters, deadly traps, and vengeful ghosts with long memories and inhuman hungers. The Abomination Vault's adventure path works with the Pathfinder Beginner Box or Pathfinder Core Rulebook and is your perfect gateway to thrilling adventure 500 years in the making.
The Ruby Phoenix Tournament, the world's greatest martial arts contest, held in honor of the legendary sorcerer Hao Jin, the Ruby Phoenix. The final team standing in this once-per-decade contest wins a grand prize, their choice of a single item from Hao Jin's magnificent vault of treasures. This year, Hao Jin herself will preside as the grand judge. But to receive the honor of just even meeting the Ruby Phoenix, the contestants must first prove their mettle and strength in the untamed jungles of Danger Island. Only the 8 greatest teams will proceed to the metropolis of Goka to compete for the title of Ruby Phoenix Champions during a year that promises to be unlike any other. Countless untold mysteries await the challengers. Will it be mysterious scoundrels like the Lightkeepers? Brave friends such as Tino's Toughest? Or will it be your team of adventuring heroes to claim the Sorcerer's Prize? Let the games begin with the Fists of the Ruby Phoenix Adventure Path.
Well, I'm an idiot.
Bonnie.
Oh my God. Welcome. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Our heroes are lamenting their choices, and they are hot on the trail of one particular evil cat rogue, cat folk
I
rogue.
wasn't muted.
No, you were not. Yeah. So, when we went on break, our heroes had just been, our heroes had just had a hard time trying to capture Felson, the catfolk merchant rogue that was intent upon robbing the Jewel of the Jeanneret. After the cat fled, you have tracked him through town, making your way to one of the few burnt-out buildings that are in town. If you recall, when you got to town, you noticed that a few of the buildings were burnt out. You learned that during the storm that hit about a month ago, a few of the buildings were hit, and some of them burned to the ground. So here you stand now in front of one of these buildings. So you can see here the kind of ruin is in front of you, and you can see that in the middle of this ruin there is a trap door that looks like it goes, well, probably down. And the trail that you have been following leads to that area.
All right, everyone.
So, it's time to go down the hatch.
Okay, remember what we learned from our last couple of encounters? Let's check it for traps. Check it for traps. That should not be me.
Oh.
Not great at it, turns out. That is the one thing I'm not good at, I guess.
I can check.
Well, yeah,
Survival.
I mean, who is going to lead the way? It's looking for traps is generally a perception check.
Yeah.
Ingot could take a look.
Yeah, let's put the
onus on the Ingot.
There you go.
Oh,
Yeah.
not bad. 28 to check for traps on this hatch door.
The lovely part is that this is one of those checks that you don't get to make, that I get to make. So what's your bonus?
Oh, 11.
11. All right. So we're gonna go ahead. I'm just gonna roll a d20 for myself. There we go.
So if we
I
die,
did that.
it's a surprise.
So Ingot went up to. I'm assuming you went up to the hatch
door
here to take a peek. Yeah. All right. If everyone else wants to move up, or if you want to get closer and investigate, or if you want to
distance,
if you want to get further away, that's your choice too. Wherever you want to go.
A little closer, I have moved.
All right.
I took quite a beating. I'm going to stand back just a little until the
20
doors
feet.
open.
Oh yes, that's smart. Maybe like right in here.
Yeah, we'll all stand about this distance away.
Such trust.
Such heroism. Okay.
We believe in you.
We believe in you from over here.
You're doing great, Ingot.
I mean,
Thank
probably.
So everybody is, everybody's a little distance away. That's fine. And Ingot, you take a look at the hatch. You don't see anything out of the ordinary at all.
Ingot
We got
opens
your
the
back.
hatch.
Okay. So you go ahead and you open up the hatch. And when you do so, what you see underneath is a ladder that leads down into darkness. This ladder is kind of built into the wall of this shaft, and you can see that it leads down into a passageway of some sort. And I'm just going to go ahead and do that.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Ingot, as soon as it's open, will turn to look at the others and just say "ka-ka-ka," and then start descending.
Oh,
right.
that's our secret call.
Yeah.
How is Fang gonna get down the ladder?
Isn't that the question?
Oh,
That is
no.
that is a very interesting question.
Jump.
Can anyone carry him on their
How many
back,
feet?
like a baby, like a put his
Can
paws over his
telekinetic
shoulders?
projectile him down the ladder.
Doesn't quite work that way.
Oh wait,
you can,
hold on. I can unsummon him.
That
right?
also works. Yeah. Yeah. Of
Yeah,
course.
let me just
Yeah.
do that. But
Right.
hold on. What do I? Okay, but we've never done this before. As my summoner, because I just always wanted him with me forever and always. So I
Sure.
can just summon him whenever, though, right?
Yeah. You know, as a summoner, you can dismiss your eidolon and kind of send it back to its planar home. Send the energy back to that location, and you can also summon it. So manifesting your eidolon takes 3 actions, and you can just do that. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do that, but I'm gonna look him in the eyes and be like, "It's okay. It'll just be. I'll get right when I get down the ladder. I'm just gonna. You're gonna be okay." And I'm just gonna dismiss him.
looks at you with sad wolf eyes as it slowly
no.
fades
Why
away.
is that-
Why are we looking at a goat? A goat
Looks
comes
different.
up and is like, "I could be your new eidolon."
Yeah. I could be your eidolon.
No.
All right. So,
Okay.
you dismiss Fang and are able to climb down the ladder and can spend the action. So, I'm not really going to worry about it. We don't have to remove the token. You can just move it. It's fine. But
Okay.
before we do that, Ingot, you get down to the bottom of the ladder and you're on a short landing before you are now looking at a set of stairs that goes even further down into darkness. There isn't a lot of room here, so everybody can't fit in this cramped area. You're going to have to continue downward if the others are going to be able to follow you.
Before continuing onward, Ingot will pick up one of the small pebbles on the ground and cast light on it and use it as a light source and move forward.
Ah, very good. So I am going to go ahead and have you now shed light. So I'm going to go ahead and you're going to shed 20 feet of bright light and 20 feet of low light because you're shedding light like a torch. So I'm going to go ahead and have that happen. So that will lighten up the space now as you are bringing more light down there. So feel free to move your token down, and as you do so, that should illuminate more.
Wow.
I'm going to.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, as soon as I get down from the ladder, I'm gonna hide in the corner as small as possible and use my 3 actions to summon Fang while Dawn and Hachi come down the ladder, giving me time to summon him so we don't lose too much.
No worries. You can go ahead and we'll just bring Fang down. There you go. Fang
Yay.
appears down below. No, you get a goat instead. All summons from now on are of goats. That's all you get now. The magic here has gone weird. You now have a goat. No, I'm kidding. You don't.
Never dismiss Fang again.
It's a bad call. All right. So you are both now down there and can move freely. Everybody else can climb down as well. Feel free to move yourselves into the corridor. Ingot, you get down to the bottom of this run of stairs, and you notice that there is another short run of stairs that ends in a door.
Well, Ingot will make his way down there to start checking for traps while everyone else comes down. So, perception of 11.
Gotcha. So you do a really good search on this door for any sorts of traps, and you do not find any.
Ingot opens the door, if it can be opened.
You do. I will say this. You do immediately notice that there is a smell of, like, wet fur hanging in the air of this corridor. And it's probably not from Fang, because it was down here when you got here. So, yeah. Like wet. It smells like wet cat down here. You will notice now, as Ingot has made his way further down into the tunnel, that it is getting dark for the rest of you because Ingot brought the light with him. But no, it's no worries. It's not that dark. There's plenty of light coming in from up above. So won't be an issue unless Ingot just leaves the rest of the party behind. It
would never.
That would never happen. So, all right. So if folks want to move themselves into position before Ingot opens the door, or if you just want to go ahead and throw the door open, that's fine by me too.
As soon as it seems as though it's trap-free, Ingot opens the door.
All right.
We'll be right behind you.
And I. Sorry, I was waiting for... Oh, Dawn. There we go. Whoop.
All right. So...
Oh, am I the one with the light?
No, Ingot is.
No, Ingot is.
Oh, okay. When I move around, I can see stuff. Then.
While we're stopped, I'm gonna hop on Fang.
Oh yeah.
Is the ceilings high enough for that?
Yeah. No, they're plenty high enough for that. All right.
Cool.
So, Ingot, you go and open up the door.
Ooh. Ooh.
And as you open it up, you realize that you are looking into what appears to be like a family crypt, like a small, like, crypt, right? I mean, sometimes people had those
like a
underneath
mausoleum.
their homes, right? Yeah, it's like a mausoleum to the family. Whatever family that lived in the burnt-out house up above. And looking into this place, you notice that immediately it's obvious that it's not quite being used as a mausoleum. It's filled with crates and boxes and barrels and all sorts of stuff. And even from this distance, you can see from one of the crates that's kind of open, you can see a bunch of the fineries and goods from Felson's shop piled up here. It's clear this is where he moved some of his nicer ill-gotten gains. Well, not ill-gotten, they were his, but he still brought them here. But you can tell that he's using this crypt as some sort of warehouse. And you know it is him because you can see Felson up the stairs across the room from you on the other side of all the loot. He is sitting up there bandaging one of his wounds, using the family crypt as a table. There's like a book on it, and you can see like a goblet from here. He's been using the family crypt as his makeshift work desk.
Does the stuff in here look like it's super nice, like the stuff in the store was, or does it look like normal products?
I mean, it looks like the nicer stuff from the store, but you also notice that there are some things here that probably were not from the store. Like you see a pile of kind of sticking out of one of the crates. You see some of the nicer dishes from the Drowsy Camel.
Little storehouse.
Yeah, yeah. So Yeah, Pharasma would love this, using a crypt as a warehouse. That's great. Okay, so you see this, and as you open up the door, Felson looks up. He drops the bandages that he was using on himself. No time for any such foolishness. And you see him grab a crossbow and duck behind the crypt up here. And at that's right, everybody. We are going to go ahead and get ourselves back into initiative.
Right. Okie dokie.
Ooh.
I hope he sustained his damages from before, because we sure did.
Yep.
Most definitely.
All right, so I'm going to let everybody here roll initiative. I'm going to go ahead and do mine as well. All right, Ingot, what do you got?
17.
Undoom, what do you got?
16.
Fairel, what do you got?
Fairel.
Oh,
Fairel.
29.
29. Hachi, what do you got?
Did 21.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and sort that. Fairel, you have managed to seize initiative here. You're behind Ingot. That doesn't necessarily stop you. You did say that you were mounting Fang, so we will say that you are a top Fang.
Maybe we just jump over him.
Yeah.
Well, you can go through other player characters. That's not a problem.
Okay.
So, yeah. What do you do?
All
It's
right.
your turn.
Initiate act together. We're going to move. I'd say like somewhere over here.
Is this room
Okay.
lit?
There are a pair of torches on the wall that you can see that are lighting up the room. The pillars atop the stairs are kind of making it hard to see. I do also want to make it clear that in the center of this room here, there are these crates and barrels and boxes and stuff. You do have to go around those. Those are big enough to be an obstruction. They are a good 3 to 4 feet tall. So they could also be used for cover, but they also obstruct your movement. So, Fairel, if you want to get to that location, that is going to cost you a fair bit of move.
There, yeah. I'm going to try and
There'll
get
be
like
40 feet of movement to get to that spot.
Okay. Then I will just try and get. Can I shoot over them though?
You can fire spells and ranged attacks over the pile of crates and barrels. If you are right next to them, they will give you cover, but not give cover to the enemy.
Understood.
Although the enemy already has cover from being ducked behind a sarcophagus.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 30. Dang, he's 5 feet away. Difference. All right. What if I jump over it with Fang? Can I use an action to do that?
I believe you could attempt a leap, but yeah.
I wanted to shoot electric arc, but I wanted to make sure I was in a straight line to make sure he.
Oh, so here's the thing: you certainly could leap, but leap would be another action, which is going to stress your action economy and prevent you from casting a spell on top of it. Because you got to move, you got to leap.
25, 30. Okay, well then I'll just go around. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So if I went to like here, I could still shoot. That's 30 feet. And I'll just shoot electric. I'll shoot electric arc at him. I am pissed.
Okay, so from where you were, that is 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 feet. What's Fang's speed?
Speed is his speed is only I think 25 as well. Same as mine.
Okay. Well, you can still move there, use act together to move, and then fire the spell as well. So, I mean, you can do this, but it's going to be all that you can do. I do want to add one wrinkle to your plan, though.
Uh-oh.
As you walk into this square...
Traps.
Oh, no.
you hear a click, and all of a sudden, out of the ceiling are a pair of scythes that come sweeping down across this kind of area here, hitting this square, this square, and this square. And those two scythes are going to cut through those squares. Let me go ahead and make attack rolls for the scythes against, well, frankly, both of you, but it doesn't matter because I can't.
Sure.
The spell is the effect is still only going to damage one of you. So, however, I am going to make 2 scythe attacks. Here's the first one. That is going to be a 33.
I guess that hits. That crits, actually.
That is a critical hit.
No.
That is very bad. Because it is deadly. Okay, so that's going to do...
Oh, no.
It's going to do... Let's see, 8... oh, you're lucky I rolled very poorly on that. 8 plus 4 is 12, so that's 24.
Okay.
Plus the additional d12 for deadly. That's... So take 29 points of damage as the first scythe slams into you.
Could have been worse.
Thank God
Slicing
for
you wide
Hachi's-
open.
Hachi's like 24 points earlier because I would have been dead. I'm like, I got him!
I got bad news for you. There's actually
There's
2
another one.
sides. So now I need to attack
I
with
know,
the
I
other
knew
one.
that part. I was just hoping you'd miss this one.
Here it comes. That's not great. A 6 plus 17 is still 23. It's going to hit, but it's not. It's
Critical.
not going to crit.
Okay.
So that is going to do this plus 4. Take another 12 points of damage.
12?
12.
Oh no. Okay, well okay, maybe I shouldn't cast a spell. Maybe I should heal myself.
So,
Sure, you still can.
You go moving to that spot. Are you still?
Yep.
I'm assuming you're still above 0.
Barely. So I'm
Barely.
gonna heal myself. Yep. Yeah, I gotta heal myself.
All right.
There's just no way, and that's just gonna have to be my action. I'm just instead of, let's just say I was on my way to move there, and instead I just hide in the corner and heal myself. I hide under thing.
So aside from the 24, did you get some additional healing? Because I knew you were pretty bad off.
I did not. No, I got the 24. So I'm like down to like 2 hit points. So I need to heal myself.
Oh, okay. Just a bit of a math
Yeah.
snafu. Okay. Okay. So you were at 2 hit points. You've moved to that location there. This trap has been triggered now. You don't think it has reset, but the blades went back up into the ceiling, so you have no idea of whether or not they are still active.
Cool.
Fairel, you can cast. Are you going to cast a 2-action spell on yourself? Is that the plan?
I have to. If I get a paper cut, I die.
Yeah. Well, you start
unconscious.
to die. I mean, you don't die.
Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be much help to anyone if I. Yeah.
Sure.
So I would like to
what are
heal
you doing?
myself. Yes. I'm going to heal myself.
With what?
I'm going to cast heal.
Okay.
As 3rd level.
You have a 3rd level heal. Okay. So the 3rd level heal is going to heal you for. I'm assuming you're casting the 2-action version because that's all you have turns for.
Yeah.
So that's going to heal you for 3d8 plus what? 24.
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and roll that.
So that's 34. Ooh, okay.
34. All right. Well, that puts you in a lot better spot, but still not in a great position. Okay, that was Fairel's turn. Next up, Felson.
Right before, I'm like, hey guys, look out for that! Before Heddywood's next turn.
All right, so Felson, let's see here. I think, yeah, that's probably the way to go. Let me make sure that I've got what I think here. And okay. Yes. Okay. So he is going to pop up from behind the sarcophagus there, and he's going to fire a crossbow at Ingot. Because, frankly, he does not have good line of sight to Fang or Fairel with the column being in the way.
Good ranged weapon there. Far.
Okay, so, yeah. Okay, so, yeah, it's definitely good range. Okay, so here it comes. Oh, some of those are wrong. Okay, that is going to be an armor class of 23, but you at least have a little bit of cover, so that's going to be a 21.
Yeah, just
Still
barely.
hits. Still hits, okay.
Because I don't have any of my spells going.
Well, I think... let's see, so that's going to do 8 points of damage.
Okay.
However, you have not yet acted in this fight, so that's going to do sneak attack damage as well.
Boo!
But it's only 5, so
Okay,
nothing too serious. I
still.
rolled pretty poorly. Okay, so the crossbow bolt comes winging out of the darkness from over the sarcophagus, and then Felson ducks back down behind it. That is the end of Felson's turn. Next up, Hachi.
Okay, so just want to sort of reiterate, the traps are just right here, is that correct? Or is it the one next to it?
They triggered when she walked into that space.
Oh, the space she's in now. Okay.
No. The space that you
the
indicated.
middle
Yeah.
one.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna move here until we can figure out how you can pass this thing. I don't know. So that movement. Oh, I only got one move. Never mind. Okay. I don't want to split my movement. Okay, I'm gonna use. Let me triple check my measurement here. Whoop. Oh, that's 40 feet. Okay. I'm gonna use my chilling darkness at Felson. So this has a range of 120 feet. It's a third level spell.
Well, that seems quite. That seems quite good.
Depends on whose side you're on.
Well, that's fair. All right, so let's see. Chilling darkness. Yeah. So that's probably bad for me. So this requires you to make a ranged attack roll against Felson. He does get a bonus because he's ducked behind cover. So this is going to be a tricky roll. So roll well. Just roll well, and everything will be fine. Yeah.
That's 18, 19. What is 18 plus 8? 26.
26.
How could he have a higher AC than me?
Well, he's ducked behind some low cover,
Right.
does help. That is going to hit. Just barely.
What?
Yay!
Wow! Something happened.
Hooray! Okay,
Love
so
it.
that is a success. So that is going to do what, 5d6 cold damage? Guess what? He's not a celestial, so that's not going to do the additional evil damage.
Yeah.
Felson is not a celestial. Who'd have thought?
That's probably good for us, though, that he's not.
Okay. So 6, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 points of cold damage.
All right, so you unleash this ray of darkness that goes flying through the room, and as it does so, like the torches nearby dim and the light sources get dark as this ray of utter blackness cuts through the light. And just as Felson is peeking up over the sarcophagus, it hits him right in the neck and deals 20 points of damage. That is what you said, right? 20?
Yeah.
And you hear as that hits him, and he ducks back down behind it. That did not take him out, but that clearly hit and wounded him. And you moved and cast a 2-action spell, so that is the end of Hachi's turn. Next up, Ingot.
Ingot is going to take a 1-action move to get here. And then Protective Ward. So, I'll add in an aura. And then
what is your speed? Just because I think you may have cut corners there. I just want to double check.
Oh, right. Diagonal doesn't count.
Yeah.
Because it's 30 and not 35.
Yeah, so that's 25 feet where you're at right now.
Okay.
So if you did want to be one, I don't know what your speed is, if it's 25.
30.
30. All right, yeah. No,
yeah.
You're fine.
Okay, and then Protective Ward, and then also the cantrip shield, just to have it up.
Sure. All right. So you go
You're
moving
not
through the
gonna get
square
another
that
crossbow.
you went moving through the square with the trap is,
Yes.
but it didn't reset, so you're able to move there without danger. So
all according to plan.
yeah, wondering. Yeah. Well, there you go. Now you know, and knowing is half the battle. So I will note this, Don. It is now your turn, and you have been left in darkness. So you can see what's ahead of you. It's not a danger, but you are back in the darkness. Everybody can see that on the map there, just because of where the torches are and the light from outside. Yeah, it's hard to see. But you can see into the room where you are going. So what do you do?
He's going to continue moving forward. I'm going to use the 25 feet of movement to get to about right there.
Also 25, just to correct, I moved back. It's supposed to be 25.
Right. Great, there we go. All right. Okay, so Don, do you move up to that spot? That's one action.
Okay, let me see. 1 second. Okay, Don is also weighing options here. Oh my goodness.
It's tough. This is a dangerous situation.
It is.
This cat has proven to be the most fearsome villain you have faced yet.
Yeah.
And
far more dangerous than animate camel tables and goats.
Cue the goats. I did not expect it either.
No. Fang.
Okay. I'm going to use another movement action to move there.
Okay. So you go running up around the crates, yeah?
I do. And he's still in cover, right?
Yes, he is.
All right. I'm going to... what the hey? I'm going to try to produce some flame at Felson from here. Wait, no, I don't have two.
Yeah, you only have one. Can always move closer.
I could. I'm going to move closer. Barely.
Matrix.
I'm going to move right here, right behind this column or this crate, whatever this is. So
just so that everybody has a good understanding of what you're looking at here, there are two pillars, right? These two guys, they've been blocking your light. There's one set of stairs kind of going up in the middle there. There's this old ratty carpet running up it. And then off to either side is just kind of a balcony, right? So, I mean, it's not much, right? The stairs only go up like 3 feet total. So it's not like a huge thing, but there is like a 3-foot lip right here and right here. You can tell from like the shadow line. So that is what you are looking at. Okay, cool. So you move up to there, get yourself some cover. All right, that is the end of Don Doom's turn. Fairel, we are back to you.
Okay, I am going... let's see. I'm gonna go... I want to get closer. I'm gonna try what my initial plan was. I'm gonna move here. I'm initiating Act Together, of course. Moving there, and it's just straight out casting Electric Arc. I think that's gonna be my last spell.
Well, Electric Arc's a cantrip, so you can do that as much as you want.
So I can do that as many times. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm gonna just cast Electric Arc and hopefully I hit him this time. But he's in darkness, so he won't be able to really
Well, so electric arc, I believe, is a reflex save, right?
It is, but
Yeah, you don't have to make an attack roll.
Is the darkness
his
a
cover
penalty?
doesn't matter. Nope.
Oh,
Nope,
darn it!
not at all. So,
Okay.
no, that works out well for you. He doesn't get any bonus from hiding behind things just because you cast a spell on him. So, I'm going to go ahead and make his reflex save. Let's see what he's got. Oh. That is going to be a 28, which means he's going to take half damage. So go ahead and roll 3d4 plus 4, and I'm going to take half that.
13.
13, so I'm going to take 6. It's not nothing. Not nothing.
I know. You hurt me a lot. I want to get closer to him and do more, but I don't think I can't.
Yeah, you only have one action left.
I know. You know what? I'm gonna move around here, right outside the shroud.
Okay. So you're going to go up the stairs?
I'm gonna go up the stairs and kind of be off to the side a little bit.
Okay.
Did
I'm just going to take.
Did I make something
Here's
click?
the thing. I'm going to take Fang and just move him off the map slightly because you and Fang are in the same spot. So we'll just
Understood,
leave
yeah.
Fang there, and if you ever come move off Fang, then we'll separate the two of you. But until then,
Understood.
you're both. Yeah. So you go running up the stairs,
Oh no.
and
Not again.
when you go running up the stairs, Fang hits the tripwire that causes
I knew it.
You're so good at
vial.
finding the traps, though.
I'm so good at finding
you
the traps for all of you.
You are an expert trap finder. I will give you that. And falling from the ceiling is like the tripwire goes up in the darkness of the ceiling. There is like this handkerchief that's been suspended up there, and when it lets go, it just drops this powder down on you. And you quickly inhale it. I'm going to need both you and Fang to make fortitude saves.
Wow.
Oh no! Is it? Oh no! It's anthrax, isn't it?
No.
It is not
dear.
anthrax. it's
that's a
it's far worse than
17
that.
and a 29, or not 29, and a 19. Sorry.
Okay.
17 and 19. No.
So,
Yeah, 17 and 19. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to go and I'm going to put this little
Am I getting a dot?
skull symbol on
Oh
you
no! Ow!
with a 1 because you have been poisoned.
Wait.
Oh.
You immediately, and this is affecting both you and Fang because both of you failed. But the effects won't compound. They just are what they are. So, both you and Fang for the next round, so until the end of your next turn, are slowed and flat-footed.
Oh, well, look.
I've
I've been
are
flat-footed
slowed
before.
you are slowed 1, which means on your next turn you will only get 2 actions, not 3.
Oh, understood. Once
Okay.
again, I look back on everyone and be like, "Careful where you step there, because there's an." Yeah, screw it.
Don't breathe in the powder.
So it's a little late for that now. All right, yeah. Don't. Oh no.
Oh.
All right.
It's not sugar.
Oh, jeez.
Felson goes. He is going to lean out from around the side of the sarcophagus that he is hiding, and he is going to shoot Fairel with his crossbow. Here it comes. Natural 20.
No.
No. Jason.
No.
Good night.
I don't know what to say today. Everybody, these
How
dice
dare.
are
Your
on.
payment cleared.
Yeah.
So that is a critical hit with
You just have it out for Bonnie.
Well, no. It's just, Bonnie happened to be the closest target.
Feel like y'all are on your own.
All right.
All right.
So,
how much damage again?
Okay. So I'm currently still trying to figure that out.
Are you sure? I mean, like, I like, just like 6 or 7 points is good. I feel like that's a nice, good number for a critical success. Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
Take 42 points of damage from the crossbow bolt.
Excuse you?
I'm sorry.
That's not a real number.
It is a real number. That is how much damage I just dealt
okay,
with
I'm out. I'm out.
crossbow.
I am -6 hit points.
All right,
Oh, buddy.
so in Pathfinder, you
I
don't
know,
go
I'm
to
zero.
negatives. You just drop
I
to
know,
zero.
but I'm just letting
yeah,
you
no
know.
worries.
That's how past 0 I was.
So I'm gonna put the little half heart on you here, and you are now
God.
at dying 2.
Does poison affect that?
No, not unless the
Okay.
poison starts dealing damage. If the poison starts
got
dealing
so many-
damage, that's real bad.
I got so
But-
many little things on my token. Get them off me. Get them off.
So, Fairel, you are at dying 2. That is going to change your initiative to right before Felson, which is where it already is. Fang disappears, is
Yep, I
unsummoned
figured.
immediately.
So I just fall to my ass.
Yeah, no, the bolt hits you.
More damage.
And it's worse than that. The bolt actually pins you to the column, because that's the specialization effect on it that he also triggers. So you're pinned to the column and unconscious. So here's what
And
happens.
poisoned.
Fairel
Oh my
goes
God.
riding up there on Fang, and Felson just comes out, leans around the corner, fires the bolt. It goes straight through Fairel's shoulder, pinning her to the column. Fang evaporates with a whimper, and Fairel is left hanging on the column, suspended about a foot off the floor, blood pouring out of her shoulder.
Yikes.
That is what we are dealing with.
My
sorry.
last words are
No.
maybe we shouldn't have chased the cat.
And then he is going to lean back around the column and reload the bolt. Okay, that's Felson. Hachi.
No, not today, my dear. I activate my bracelet of dashing.
Okay.
Special items at the beginning of this game, and I forgot about all of them until just now. I would like to point out I had an item to help diffuse invisibility, and I didn't know I had it until just now, so that's rough. Anyway, sorry about it. So that means I have plus 10 to my speed, and I also get for 1 minute, which is quite a lot. So I'm gonna move my little butt over here. So can I cast a spell on Fairel from there? Do I have line of sight or no? Is that
You
how big
do,
is that little?
yeah. So
Okay.
so she is pinned to the column, but you have line of sight to her square. She has
Lovely.
cover from you, so but you're not attacking.
Okay.
So
Yeah, no, I'm doing nice stuff, not bad stuff. And guess what? I still have focus points, so I can cast that healing hex again. So beginning of your
Yay.
next turn, we'll get 6. But not until that time.
There's hope.
There's hope. So for 4
Yay.
rounds.
It's not over yet.
1, 2. I think that's 3 actions. Yeah, 1 to activate the bracelet. So that's 3.
I'm pulling a Dawn's here,
indeed.
man.
Yeah, you really are.
Is activating the bracelet 1 action, or does it just go?
I think activating the bracelet is a free action actually.
Okay.
I'm going to look it up in just a sec, but I'm double checking to see if you can hit her with the healing hex again. I know there is a limit on how often you can hit somebody with it.
Okay. It's
yeah.
called life
The
boost.
same.
Yeah, you can't just use it on the same target over and over and over again.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm just trying to check that out. Healing hex.
I don't see anything. Let's see.
Oh, it's
Many
life
times.
boost. Okay. Oh, it's a focus spell. Yeah, no, you're fine. Yeah, you're fine.
Okay,
You had an
yeah.
extra focus point. Yeah, you're fine. Okay.
Yeah, 2 more.
Yeah, you have lots of focus points. Okay, so
Yeah.
you can definitely do that. Okay. I think what was the name of the bracelet again?
It is called the Bracelet of Dashing. I believe it is an action to activate.
That wouldn't surprise.
Yeah, that sounds right. Okay.
It's just one. Okay.
Okay,
all
so
right,
I'm out of.
yeah,
I'm gonna.
you're all good. Okay. That was
today.
Hachi's turn. Awesome. Okay. We are now over to Ingot.
Ingot is going to move to the foot of the stairs and examine this trap. Does it seem like it would have been like multiple resets or anything like that?
It's been set off. It's done.
Gotcha.
I mean, you can still kind of see some of the granulars floating in the air, but you're probably safe. Maybe.
Copy that. Ingot is going to stay here though as protection for Hachi, or protect potentially, and then increase the aura by 10 or by 5 rather.
Okay.
And that's Ingot.
Okay. That is indeed Ingot. All right. We are now to Dond. I think the party could really use some of your Dond boom right about now.
Make it go boom, Don! Make it go boom!
I'm gonna step in front of Ingot. We're gonna spell strike with produce flame with a shuriken from here.
Okay.
If I can find a d20. Okay, so that's 20.
Dirty 20.
So you throw another
20.
shuriken at the cat. This one is going to miss entirely and hit the statue of Pharasma that is behind the cat. Doesn't do any damage. Don't worry.
To the statue?
Last thing you want to do. The last thing you want to do is damage the statue of Pharasma. So, yeah. So,
A clue.
You go flinging it back there, but it does not manage to hit, and that is the end of Don's turn. Fairel. So, here's what happens, Fairel. You are going to heal 6 hit points.
Yes.
So you will lose the dying condition. That is going to happen. So we're going to go ahead and take the dying condition off you. You are, however, wounded now. So you do have the wounded 1 condition, and for that, we'll just put this little heart chain here, and we'll put that on you, because what that means is that should you fall unconscious again, we add 1 to your dying condition automatically every time you gain the dying condition, because you're already wounded. So, and remember, you die when you hit dying 4. So you were just at dying 2. But now, you're not at dying at all. You're just wounded, poisoned, and pinned.
It's just a flesh wound.
So you unfortunately only get 2 actions this round.
Electric arc!
No! Take care of yourself.
No, if I'm going down, he's going down with me! Electric arc!
You just like revive up from being pinned to the skin.
Yeah.
Just
I lift up my hands and I look him in the eye and go. Or
So Palpatine style.
yeah.
Power. Okay. So
and I'm from this angle, pinned to the column. I'm at the perfect angle, and he won't expect it from me. I was just unconscious. I have the element of surprise, where I just kind of open my eyes and go.
So Fairel opens up her eyes, is pinned to this column a good foot above the floor, and it's just like, nah, I'm not saving myself. Electricity. Okay.
Yeah, man.
So let me go ahead and make a reflex save. Here we go.
Oh hell! Well,
I rolled a 9, which is going to be a 24. I'm going to take half damage though, which is not bad. So go ahead and roll 3d4 plus 4.
I'm just trying to hurt him a little bit. 12 points of
12.
damage.
So that's going to do
Not
6.
bad.
That's not nothing.
Yeah.
He is starting to look pretty beat up. He's taken a lot of hits from a lot of different sources. But you can tell that he's still moving around back there, and that is the end of Fairel's turn because remember you only got 2 actions.
Yep. I'm just gonna go back to sleep.
Well,
I'm just gonna lay here for a little bit.
let's find out if you fall back asleep. Go ahead and give me another fortitude save.
Oh no!
Oh no! I rolled a nat 1. Wait, halfling luck. I can use it on this one,
yeah?
right?
Yes.
Thank the freaking Lord. I'm a halfling. I'm so lucky as I hang here dying to the Not 20!
So lucky.
That 20 is
That's how you do it.
success. You went from a nat 1 to a nat 20. So
32.
the poison,
You really are Don Boom.
Yeah.
the poison is going to end. I'm just going to take that off of you entirely. You fight off the poison. And Bonnie, I'm giving you a hero point for that. That was ridiculously amazing. You have 1 more hero point. I know you just used halfling luck to get it, but you know what? You earned that one. And you're in an incredibly brutal situation.
I'll use it next time. You guys are doing great.
Oh, Bonnie.
All right, that is the end of Fairel's turn. Felson goes. He's going to pop up from behind the sarcophagus, and he's going to fire his crossbow bolt at Dond. He's not worried about Fairel anymore since she's immobilized. He's going to fire at Dond. Here it is. Armor class 27 is going to hit. Take 14 points of damage as the crossbow bolt slams into you. He does not get any sneak attack on that because you know he's there. So he is then going to duck back down. I need
some damage this session. It's my first hit of this session. Okay.
Well, I'll see what I can do. All right.
All right. Settled.
Hachi, we're up to you.
All right. I think I'm gonna help out some people. I'm gonna cast haste on Dawn so that they can mess some stuff up as the extra striker, extra strength. And then I'm gonna move my little butt. That's all I'm gonna go right over right there.
All right. So I think you can't quite get up there unless you want to climb up over the railing. So you'd have to go to like here instead.
Oh, okay. I couldn't do that.
Oh yeah, because it's a separate. Yeah,
there's a railing there.
Okay.
But that's fine.
I go there. Ooh, really close. Ooh.
All right, so you go climbing up over there. All right. That is the end of Hachi's turn. Ingot. What do you got for me, Ingot?
This sarcophagus that Felson is hiding behind. How tall is that? Is it like a climbable thing?
It's about 3.5 feet tall. So yeah, I mean it's climbable. Great. It's like a table.
Ingot
He's been using it
on
as
top
much.
Of it.
Oh no!
Ingot looks down at Felson and says, "You have something that belongs to Ingot." And then point blank range. Huh?
You notice that he ducked back down and dropped the crossbow, drew your sword, and is right in the middle of pouring some liquid on the blade.
Fires magic missile. 2-action magic missile. I'm not missing.
Yeah, you're like putting your hand on his head and doing magic missile.
Yeah.
Like right at his eyes.
Yeah, it's be instant crit.
6 points.
Oh,
6 points of damage. Right.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were hitting.
No, it's all good. Yeah, 6 points of damage.
Right. So you go firing a few magic missiles into him, and he's like, "You'll pay. I'm going to enjoy cutting you with your own blade." But that is the end of Ingot's turn. Dond,
All right, first up, we're recharging that spell strike. The hit really it gives me adrenaline. He's going to take that and use it to recharge. Next up, he's going to move over over here.
Yeah.
All right. And so that was 1, 2, 2.
Yeah, but you're hasted, so yeah.
Oh yeah.
2 more.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
We are going to spell strike with the produce flame.
All right.
Make him go boom!
Douche. This is a 25.
25 is a hit, not a crit, but
Yes,
a hit.
it is.
Go ahead and deal the spell strike damage. That would be both the spell and the melee attack.
Okay, the melee attack is 10 points of damage, that piercing, and the actual spell 6, 8, 18.
18 from Produce Flame.
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, no.
Wow.
Sorry. That was 8 from Produce Flame.
Oh, it's only 8. Okay, yeah, all right.
18
makes
total.
sense.
So 18 total.
Right. Okay. You slam him with the flaming blade. His fur singes and burns. He looks really badly beat up. You can still see the bite marks from Fang, the sear marks from all the various hits that he's taken. The cold, his fur is frozen in areas, it's burned in others. He's taken elemental damage left and right, but he's still up. Fairel, it's your turn. What are you doing? As you sit on this pillar.
My little legs are kicking in the air.
Yeah.
So my first action is pulling the bow out to unpin myself to the column.
Okay. So pulling the bolt out to unpin yourself is an athletics action.
Okay.
That is an athletics skill check.
Okay. I will. Let me get my little numbers here.
And it does cost you one action. You do get all 3 though this round because the poison ended.
14.
A 14 is enough. I will go ahead and remove the immobilized. You are no longer immobilized. That was one of your actions. You still have 2 remaining. What are you doing?
I'm not close enough to do a melee, am I?
No. You could move, but you don't have a weapon drawn.
As I was going, I was gonna cast Gouging Claw, which is 2 actions, but my hand morphs into a claw for a melee attack. Yeah. So can I run and cast it at the same time and combine my?
You're gonna be one short. Yeah. If you weren't immobilized,
I know. Huh?
If you weren't immobilized at the start of the turn, you could have done that.
I understand. I know. If only I'd act together. But that would take too long to get him. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna... Oh, everyone's so close. I don't want to kill anyone.
You do still have 2 actions, so you can...
Actually,
you
know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna cast Tanglefoot on him.
Tanglefoot? Prevent him from escaping. Okay.
Yeah.
I believe that requires an attack roll.
Yes. But hey, why not? Oh, come on. I rolled a 2. I'm just gonna... You know what? I'm just gonna stay here, guys. You're doing great.
Nice job, yeah. All right, so you throw this Tanglefoot blob at him, but it does not manage to connect. And next up is Felson. He's clearly worried about Dond, but with Ingot there atop, taunting him, and with Ingot's blade, he is going to attempt to stab Ingot. Here it is. Here comes the short sword attack. Armor class 30.
Ingot, if possible, would like to use the shield block.
You can.
For the hardness of 10.
So that will reduce it down to 2 points of damage.
Nice.
Yes.
So you only take 2, because that wasn't a crit, correct? Your AC was over 20, right?
It is over 20 because of the protective ward and stuff.
Oh, good. So that is only going to do 2 points of damage. However, that does mean he hit you with the poison that he just put on the blade. I'm going to need you to go ahead and give me a fortitude save.
Ooh, I wonder if I... Nope, okay, fortitude. Do I have anything for poison? 18?
Just enough. You managed to fight off the poison and avoid taking
I do have
additional
resistance to poison.
damage.
For
you're all
Rock
good.
Dwarf.
Yeah, you didn't even have to worry about it. You fought off the poison. The DC was exactly 18. So you're good on that front. Okay.
Also, this dispels my shield that I had.
Yeah, your shield pops, actually, and you cannot cast it again this fight. All right, that was Felzon's first action. For his second action, he's going to attempt to stab you again.
Oh, no.
No.
Armor class 24, and that is the second attack. Take 15 points of damage from the second attack.
We're gonna need a nap.
And with his third action, he is going to take a 5-foot step back. He doesn't like his odds of hitting, and he doesn't want to get flanked, so he's going to move back there so that he cannot be flanked. Okay, that is Felzon's turn. Hachi, he's looking very bad right now. He looks really badly hurt.
Oh,
but
well,
he's
that's
still
too
up and fighting.
bad. Oh.
What do you got for me?
He moved. I just noticed he moved. Okay. Well, I still have my bracelet works for 1 minute, so I'm going to move. Are these 5, 10, 15, whatever, I'm right in front. I don't care.
Yeah, you can easily make it there.
I do it. Oh, this seems dangerous, so it doesn't matter. And I cast my last use of Chilling Darkness. So this is a ranged attack. Can I do a ranged attack right up against him? That's fine.
Assuming he doesn't have any reactions.
You're going, right? Yeah, that's fine.
So,
my dude. I rolled very good. I rolled 27 to hit. Please.
27 is
yes, it's not a crit, that's good.
Hit. That is a solid hit.
All right, 5d6. Whoosh. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 19 total to hit. 19 total, damage.
He had 19 hit points left.
Oh, yeah!
There's more than one way to skin a cat.
The wave of darkness washes over Felson. He collapses to the ground. His reign of terror is finally over.
As I shoot, though, I do yell in quick succession, "Chill out! Ice to meet you!"
Oh, come on.
There must have been a cold snap. Oh, hey!
And here I was about to end the session with nice stuff, and then you had to go do those stuff. All right. So
I was as soon as he goes down, Fairel, like barely standing, was like, "I had him!" Like like a gouching claw. I was gonna get him.
Felson has been defeated. You are able to quickly take stock of all of his ill-gotten gains. You find the cash boxes that are missing. You find the wares that were stolen from various people. You find Felson's wares that, he probably purloined by cheating folks in town of their money and then buying nice things. On top of that, you find a number of personal items that belong to Felson and a number of magic items that he had in his cache that you later quickly come to realize belong to him and now belong to you. So there are a number of interesting magic items, including an interesting looking deck of cards, a strange geode, a black oily wand, another wand made from copper metal that looks corroded, a staff bursting with leaves, and a handful of potions and other interesting items. Also of note, you have all gained a level. For this next session, you will be advancing to 7th level.
Yeah.
We did it. We did die.
Also, Ingot takes the sword that says "Thee" across it and then wipes the poison from it and returns it to its rightful place at Ingot's hip.
Fairel lays down and takes a nap.
Yeah, it ended up being quite a cataclysmic fight, and as all of you are gathering up and cataloging all of the possessions here, it's late at night, remember, and figuring out exactly what happened here and what went wrong, I'm going to do a slight scene cut to a scene that you are not in. It's quiet. It's late night in the town of Zaltir. In a garden not too far away, a young girl comes skipping out of her house, her mother singing a quiet song in the kitchen as she cleans up after the evening's meal. In the garden, the young girl, Imra, goes skipping between the plants in her garden, and as she does so, a tiny little spark appears and dances around her. She dances with it, the flame bouncing from her fingertips, landing alight the various plants, scorching them lightly before moving on. And she sits down in the center of her garden, staring at the tiny mote of flame. As she stares at it and it dances around in front of her, a voice emanates from the fire, a voice that only she can hear. And it says, "Light the flame so that we might burn the world." And that is where I am ending today's session. I want to thank you all for watching today's exciting chase of Felson, the evil cat rogue. This was a lot of fun. I want to give everyone a bit of a heads up. Next week on Wednesday, when we would normally stream, we will not be streaming. We will be standing in solidarity with those streamers who are taking a break from Twitch on the 1st to stand up to Twitch and say, that's really enough with the hate raids. Do better. So we will not be streaming next Wednesday. However, we will be here next Thursday. So come join us next Thursday. We'll be at our normal time, 6 to 9 p.m. Pacific time. Come join us then. We're going to pick this story up right there and carry it forward. I want to thank you all for watching. Before we leave, I want to pass it around to everybody and let them tell you where you can find them on the internet before we get going. Xander, take it away.
Yes, you can find me at Xanderific with 2 R's and 1 F. My full schedule is up on my Twitter. I'm storytelling pretty much every night of the week. But this week is the premiere of Power Rangers Day of Destiny. It's on the Play Renegade Twitch channel, 8 p.m. Pacific time. Come and see it. I'm so excited.
Hey.
Yay, I'm Michelle Wynn Bradley. You can find me on the internet at I am Trevini, right below my name there. And you can find me on, last week we did an episode, second episode of the Critical Role Elder Scrolls Online campaign. You can find that on YouTube. And tomorrow you can find me over on youtube.com/onebookshelf. I'll be finishing a little mini campaign called Pretty Little Liches. This is put up by DM's Guild as a way to show off different sources they have for doing fun little side bits of quests. I'm playing a bard chef, and it's real cool. And I got a big pan, and I love butter. Yeah, that's all for me to say. That's it.
Shooting a child.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Hey everybody, I'm London Carlisle. You can find me on Twitter at London Carlisle, where you can find all the links to my TTRPG stuff. Just now on YouTube, my entire little mini Ravenloft campaign with Stream of Blood is up. So please go over to Stream of Blood's YouTube page and check that out. Yeah, with Brianna Flame from Initiative Order, Kelly Nugent, Matt Stevenson from Spot Hidden. It's a great time, so enjoy.
Yay.
Hey everybody, I'm not dead. I'm also Bonnie Gordon. You can find me all over social media at Bonnie Bell G. Also check out my nerd parody band with Xander called Library Bards. You can find us everywhere at Library Bards. Keep up with my socials. You can find me on Q Times on Mondays. I also guest on other random streams. But I'm really excited about some cool solo music that I'm putting out very soon. I just got the final mixes back. Keep a look at my socials and listen for it. Other senses for it. That's it.
And I am Jason Bullman. I'm the Director of Game Design at Paizo. You can find me on all the various social media platforms, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. I saw London sent me an invite last week after I mentioned that.
I gotta do that right now.
You said it, I was like, ooh, I gotta do it before we end.
At / Jason Bullman. That's JASONBULMAHN. Yeah, instead of watching Twitch next Wednesday, why don't you take the day off with all of us and go get grab the rum book. Go get yourselves a copy of Secrets of Magic. It drops next Wednesday. Go grab it, give it a read, figure out what cool powers everybody's been using here. Thank you for watching, everybody. We will see you next Thursday. And until then, good gaming. See you all next time. Bye.